I started working on it, and I got it working, booting up, you know, the Amiga, but then I was out of town for like a month, and so I forgot where I left it. And then I did something to make it kind of auto boot, and it screwed it up, and it wouldn't boot it. You know, it didn't go to the Amiga, so I just basically started all over again. So I'm not sure. I'm trying to. I think it's CPLD mode is out.
CPLD, he says that's the upgrade.
Yeah.
You already got it working, you already updated it.
Well, I'll show you what I got here in a bit. I'll show you what's going on.
So David,
Not much. There'll be some Amiga 2000s here, so I brought an extra keyboard, maybe plug it in.
just in case.
Oh, good.
I bought it and fixed some keys on it, but I only have one space to hook up stuff, and it's full of Commodore 64 stuff, so. I figured I'd bring this and see if I can plug it into one of these.
See if it still works. See if it still works.
See if it works at all. I haven't checked it yet, but, because I was fixing a couple of the keys. That's a thing.
Like I did with my pair of keyboards the other month.
Yeah,
Which one's more?
yeah, pretty much. Same story. Well, I bought it and I knew it had one broken key.
Aye.
So I bought a replacement for that. And that's highway robbery, of course. To buy a key, one keyboard.
Which pie do you have?
And then two more of the keys were.
Is it pie 4? Yeah, because I've got a 3A plus.
I put a 4 on it. I want to get an extender so I can, they're still not available, the Ethernet, but they're working the drivers right now to get Ethernet and everything working. In yours, I think that they already have the drivers. In the 3 plus.
Yeah, I thought about
So I
it.
found a piece of plastic.
I got it. I went ahead and just bought a 3 plus because I said it was more compatible. So that's what I went with. So.
Finished it.
Hanging out on the side of here, huh?
That is RGB to HDMI.
Okay. Oh yeah, the HDMI on the
Yeah.
back.
So I didn't have the. I bought this machine for secondhand, so
Okay.
they didn't have the floppy, so I bought a Samsung and converted it.
Nice.
So
That worked fine.
it worked perfectly.
Cool. What did the conversion take?
I would say like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, you know how to solder. Just a couple of batch cable, remove a transistor, remove a little resistor, and poof,
Pretty easy then.
pretty easy.
Is it something to do with the drive ready line or something that it usually is?
Really?
Or is it the address lines?
It's modifying a couple of address lines, and you have to look online. There's a couple of specific drive that you want to look for.
Of course. You got lucky and found one, huh?
Yes.
Yup.
And pretty cheap. That's
Oh, that's good. Yeah, because a lot
the
of
only
times
thing
they'll
is that
charge a
if you take a
premium.
look, the Amiga default
Yep.
have this big bezel,
Mm-hmm.
and the regular
Oh yeah.
doesn't have. So I don't have it here, but I already printed a 3D
Mm-hmm.
fill up area, and
Sure.
I'm gonna take this and paint it out so it looks everything the same.
Exactly.
You can see the GoTech
Mm-hmm.
modified with sound and everything.
Cool.
Another modification is full recap.
Mm-hmm.
I upgraded to 16-bit. The only have 8
Okay.
here.
So you actually redid the card connector?
Yeah, I took put the 16-bit.
Nice.
Clean out the battery leaks and stuff. You cannot see the patchwork, but I
Yeah, it's
put
kind
a
of under there.
cell battery on it,
Mm-hmm.
and of course a Pi Store
Yep.
with a Raspberry Pi 4.
And that's the guy hanging out here, huh?
Yeah.
Let me get a good view of it from here. A Pi Storm 2K. Very nice.
And if it's sure, I'm interested. That's what I would do. Yeah.
You've been on the Discord channel?
Yep.
Nice. Caffeine OS.
Just gonna grow.
Mhm. There you go.
Now he have more stuff in my.
What's that?
Mhm.
Well, it doesn't, yeah, more or less.
Huh.
I do like the ESD bag.
What's that?
I do like the ESD bag.
Yeah, I know, It's- yeah, it works.
Yep.
I haven't had mounted it yet, I need to, there's, I saw some files for 3D printer for, setting up a, yeah, something for that, a mount. But I don't have a 3D printer, or we'll see. Figure something out. Plus two, I might not, well, we'll see what happens, I might not really even need
Don't
that
be painted.
with the high storm.
Still working on it.
So we'll see.
Guess you only the 3D printing folks?
I don't. Well, I mean, Jason was.
Yeah. He's in a kind of everything fab though.
That he is.
Do that, or also maybe 3D print a little thing for this too, for the,
Yeah, I'm working that same
Yeah.
thing.
I
You
found
take,
files, but,
take a look already, put the SD card
Mhm.
and then look for the Pi Storm.
Right.
The HDMI, maybe move it in that too. So I just, now that I'm have a little bit of time during the Christmas, so
Mhm.
start doing a couple of little bit 3D design.
right. Yeah.
Hmm?
What's this one supposed
That's
to be?
the RGB to HDMI.
It's not using it. Yeah,
Because I had the Pi Storm.
okay.
So you don't have the Pi Storm, you will use that.
Yeah, I kind of went, yeah, I got that from him and using that, but, yeah, with the Pi Storm, I probably won't even need it, so, but we'll see.
How's it going, man?
Did you have any more of these HDMI Pi, RGB to HDMI boards? But you sold them all. Did you have any more of those? Or just
I just sold them out. Now, I didn't bring, I had the additional PC boards that I didn't build. I can bring a PC board if you want to build it yourself.
You're trying to get some
I
Linux
sold
love
them
over
all.
here.
I go for it.
Yeah,
I know, I just,
Yeah.
This is
I
the
think I need
2000
some.
Yeah.
instructions
That's why I
from
brought
him.
it, so.
So what did you do to it? What
Well,
upgrade?
Mhm.
I took everything apart, of course, recap everything.
Yes.
You know,
Up and running,
these are
and it is-
AV ports. I
Yes.
converted to
Showing that it
16.
is running, and it actually got my
I knew
ROM.
you could do that.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
can
I
do
put the
that.
ROM,
They just went cheap.
for some reason I wouldn't recognize the ROM off
You just
the
add the socket.
computer itself.
Really?
Yeah. They
But I
didn't
put the
want
file
to-
in there.
So will
and
that be like a
commented it out.
0203?
It's picking up Kickstarter
Oh, okay.
3.2.
Yep.
It's
So
these
it's got
are
that,
PCs,
but then from there, it's
if
all
you
I've
take a
got it
look
to
with
do.
the battery,
Before, like I said, I got it to
think
boot
that I
up
put picture on
a few times
remove
into
all the-
Amiga, and even put my
the
hard drive file on
corrosion
there, but
and
Mhm.
put new solder
kind of,
mask and,
Is it
add
kind of
a
just hanging
coin cell
on-
battery in there.
yeah.
Getting a CPU nest.
And
I did a restart, well, I kind of started all over again.
It didn't have the
completely.
floppy drive.
And,
And I converted a
it,
PC to an Amiga floppy.
I don't
Mhm.
know,
I know that you're gonna
I'm stuck
complain
again,
because,
so
you had the-
I just don't know Linux,
the
and I
help,
just,
but I did a
probably the
3D
simplest of commands, I
bezel.
just don't,
Yeah.
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 I found-
figure
I
out.
found the 2000.
because the instructions, I think, are for people that have used Linux and know it.
Oh, sure.
Me, they were
Because
not
there's,
cheap.
certain things they leave out, they don't really tell you, and I finally figured it out.
Yeah.
I keep looking for it, but
Also,
I
put
wanted
a file on
floppy
there, but
drive,
it's write
so I
protected,
took a
they ask you
PC
to
and
write it.
modified.
Mhm.
Took me a while to figure out how to.
On
how
write
to-
protected.
how to write
The
protected
blue
and write
stuff
to
right
the
now,
file.
this
Yep.
is the Pi Storm.
So, I mean-
So it's coming out.
A little
Oh,
CHMod plus
I know
W
that.
action.
So, yeah, yeah.
That's a place
Simple
to
stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's what, yeah, a lot of times, a couple things, they, Didn't realize you had to put sudo on, or sudo, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
On there, and they
And
don't really
really,
tell you
if
that.
the
So
Python
finally I
fail,
figured it out.
I'm plugging the HDMI
Yeah.
to the other one. That way I can see the
Part of it. But
Well, let's
still,
see. Maybe we can work
I
through
don't
the
know.
instructions and try to reason our way through everything.
Yeah.
I've got about 30 minutes. So I can help.
All right.
Nice.
And of course, I go take because it's faster to move files that way.
So the 8-bit versus 16-bit, what cards could you use there?
Any
Let's see
PC?
if I can help you on that.
16
You know how big
practice.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
exactly.
so I
Well,
plugged it, it's
let
got two
me show you
connectors.
something here.
Bridge port, so it bridges the Zorro 2 bus of the 2000
Let me see.
over to
I'm gonna drag a chair back.
16-bit bus. And you can plug PC cards in on the one side or Amiga cards in on this side. So
But were there specific PC cards that you use, or
you had to have the bridge port.
so you don't have a bridge port?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I just did it because I was already.
Because you had the part.
I
That's
thought the
my
Bridgeport-
point.
I thought the Bridgeport was like a hardware emulator.
No?
No, okay.
No, it's got a real processor on it, and,
You did not know that. Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a real
One
deal.
thing I know is,
Yes, interesting.
I don't,
That's what you guys. I'm still thinking how they
Exactly
lose the
my
market.
problem
That's
or
right.
not,
It
but-
went down. It's just still unbelievable.
All right. So we're looking at some GitHub instructions.
like this, it's asking me to
Mhm.
do this,
Yep.
and then the dot/flash.
hmm
And is that, I
What is
don't know,
this thing?
I tried
Oh,
like
I bought
sudo
it,
in front of it,
plug in,
Mhm.
but-
or also I think bash,
That's
I
at
think.
least-
I saw that somewhere, but.
Yeah, bash-c or something. So let's see. Yeah, you okay?
Let's see if I type in.
That
Control
is
C out of that.
actually
Let's see.
Arcade games.
Or if you,
Any
is
kind of
that
console,
file in your current subdirectory?
and-
Well, that's the thing, I don't think it's there.
So
Oh.
Oh, the file is there. Oh,
arcade
I'll show you what,
games,
the file is there.
uh,
If I go,
Amigas, 500.
I go here, let's
Ataris,
see, where, let's see.
Oh man,
This.
I don't know. All the consoles that you can.
Alright, 'cause looking for-
So you LS, you're doing ls
Flash,
flash.sh.
sh, and flash.
And it's right there, yeah.
All kinds of
Here, I know it's, yeah, it's right there.
Mhm.
Got two of
Just
them.
an
Well,
Right,
one's
one's
underscore.
experimental, right. And so it tells me first to do this.
You can, it's not
Sudo.
software emulation,
Mhm.
it's hardware emulation. So if we program the FPGA
Sudo apt
to
get
emulate the hardware
install.
of the specific-
You're on the Wi-Fi here?
Interesting.
No, I'm not. I need to do that
that's-
too.
Not cheap to
Yeah.
do,
Otherwise you won't be able to connect the internet.
Yeah,
but if you have the
yeah, okay, yeah, let's see, that is,
I forget where that is through the command line. I only do that through the
Especially,
GUI.
Same.
It's,
because a lot of people are building it to replace.
Yeah, anybody in the comments know how to get to the Raspberry Pi?
Yeah, I know. I just gotta remember.
And the price.
Doesn't that give you a little
Raspberry
GUI?
config.
Yeah.
So you can
Okay.
buy an
On
N64
command line,
board.
sure.
You can pull out
For
the
various
arcade
definitions of GUI.
board.
Yes.
This
It's
means
very much an
that
ASCII GUI, I suppose.
Very much so.
You can just hit tab, I'm sure, rasp-config. After a while, it'll
Plug it in, but,
autofill the rest. There you are.
Go, and then the system, LAN,
Okay.
I tried to index
and
it.
So while we set up the
There's a DMS dash.
yeah, DMS member,
DMS member, all one word,
that's the space in the middle.
Swapped all my stuff around, so I have
or
something.
DMS dash.
So I thought, what the heck, I'm here, why didn't I bring it?
Might be one here to plug
I
it
got
to.
the Amiga test kit.
We're gonna test out this other Amiga 2000 keyboard.
Yeah, eBay special.
Oh, interesting.
See if it works.
Mm-hmm. Was going with the system I gave you or something else?
Yes, that is where it probably is
Cool.
going, yeah.
Nice.
I also finally got a plate. Somebody
Oh, good.
sold me a plate on another eBay special.
Mm-hmm.
Or space. Probably.
Well, I think underscore,
Okay.
I don't know. And then the password.
That'll be all lowercase. DMS.
DMS,
Writing garbage data.
Cache.
And watch the keyboard. while
So will
I
it explode when we put Amiga test kit in?
I hope not, we'll see.
102.
We'll maybe switch to the other side.
Okay, yeah.
We'll see.
No, I wasn't really looking too
Yeah,
close.
it's quick.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I was thinking.
It's a low-level hardware thing. To
Yeah,
check
he
all this.
maybe doesn't like it.
Hmm.
I didn't broke the dongle.
What?
There's a converter for the VGA to HDMI. And
Yeah.
They didn't brought it.
Ah, bummer.
Can you run it from the OS, Amiga?
Yeah, I just put in a text editor.
Yeah, just put in the text editor.
Wait, what type of console are you looking for?
At least the recent combination worked.
Yeah. we saw
Okay.
What type of dongle are you looking for?
Let's see. Now we're restarting with the
HDMI to mini HDMI or something?
With hopefully.
Yeah.
config for the right Wi-Fi information.
You put an underscore between DMS and member.
I think.
I don't think you need to do that.
Oh, we'll see what happens.
Should just be a space.
Uses a function
I
key.
think that's accurate.
Two function keys, I think they were the F5 and F10 were the.
Well, we'll find out when you try to do your.
I think that's, will that work on Linux? I know it's a Windows command.
Yeah, do IP. I think IP-A.
I think it's.
You could do IF as well.
I think it's IF config.
I've configured as the older command, I guess.
Yeah, they've changed it on some of these
Yeah,
things lately.
Right, it didn't come through, no,
Mm-hmm.
so.
There you go. You want to test it?
Now we're testing a keyboard.
DMS.
It's on 112122.
MBER.
So far, so good.
Sync member. All right, and then it was DMS. Dash.
So it starts with the one.
One.
Yeah,
that works.
Check it out.
Two.
Okay, that's something.
One, two.
Nope.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, cool.
Cool.
I wasn't sure if this was
Gonna
gonna.
work.
Well, yeah, here's what it did.
Okay.
So,
One.
Add a key switch.
yeah,
9,
2, 3.
right.
Oh,
that one didn't
you
work.
What happened? It got broken
Well,
off?
no, I see, I left a little piece there, so.
There, okay.
All right, so that one will go back together, but I need more glue on that one,
Mm.
apparently.
Okay, still working.
All right.
Doing something.
Yeah, so these are very, very small
Small.
and brittle, right?
Yeah.
So, they don't have anything in that little hole in them that I found a piece
Right.
of tube that would just. fit
You
right
could
down in
fit there perfectly.
And then put a bunch of glue in there, and
Mhm.
so this one's pretty stiff, but apparently that one is not. So that's good to know.
But it sounds like it's working,
But the
man.
height wise is
Yeah.
the height wise is fine. So that's good. I'll just stick some more glue in there. Probably I need to buy a different different type of plastic than that red stuff.
Yay for the eBay special, huh?
Yeah.
It seems warm in here.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
You can probably. Well, I don't know where they did the fan.
I think
There might be a fan around here. That looks better.
Yep. Got
Stuff on there now.
Yep.
How
got a
much you
number.
pay for it?
They can always, let's ping
eBay special is
ping
still
something else.
$80.
Yeah,
That's not too bad for.
That's
It's not too
that's
bad.
It's not too bad, that's right.
Yep.
Thing.
Yeah.
I usually
So,
do 4.2.2.1.
if you're gonna sell one of these,
Because
it's
it takes
a-
DNS out of the
Yeah, I
computer.
know.
2.1. 2.1.
This doesn't hurt you.
Okay, it's pinging.
It quits safe.
Control C, it won't stop on its own.
Yep.
Okay.
Difference
Yeah, not like
between-
Windows, which says 5 or whatever.
Just be
Exactly.
careful, don't lose the key now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
What would you recommend if I wanted to learn Linux? Any sort of
So I probably need a softer
book
plastic.
or video or
Oh.
person or?
I would just keep messing around with the Raspberry Pi stuff, to be honest. There's a
Well,
lot
I'm
to just
learning.
do
I don't
here.
mind, but it's just I've gone to a few sites.
Mhm. You know what? I
You know,
probably
type
have
in
an
how
extra
to-
copy of a Linux book from when I was in college. It might still be of help.
How to.
I
do
think there's some
something.
programming stuff in there too.
That's your 1200.
Ooh, haven't touched it in months.
My problem is
I have to do the same thing to
my relationship with Unix in its various forms
Mhm.
is decades.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, I've gone online and looked at some web. I type in how to do this in Linux, and it takes me different websites, but none of them to me are very clear.
I mean, Linux for Dummies is possibly an
Probably,
option.
yeah.
Yeah.
I should
Just-
probably do that.
Just to get a base understanding.
Yeah, because I mean, it's different jumping into the command line stuff too, anyway, because
Right,
so many of them now are coming like Linux Mint to be
Basically, I
out.
did this. Actually, it already had the package. It already
Mhm.
said it. I should have known that, but
Yep.
so //.
.sh.
Yeah, they
Or hit tab in it. No, we'll need the dot because you
Well, I don't know. I'm going. I said it might be a simple thing. I'm putting something in I shouldn't.
Again,
Yeah, .sh.
Mhm.
And so I hit it.
No such file or directory. All right, do the
I know,
ls
well, I
again.
know. I know what. I have to go down a directory.
Yeah, you didn't see the yet.
Yeah, I forgot I need to do that. So now it will work.
No, no.
So
Try again.
I started doing it manually.
You're not in the
Let me
directory.
try.
It's Pystrom.
You know what? I just
You made a typo with the
Okay.
CD.
Supported and stuff like that.
Well, you put the coffee OS on?
Let me show you a trick.
Yes,
Backspace a couple, now hit
Like I
tab.
do my PyStorm and stuff.
so backspace a couple.
No, you already
No,
did.
you already did. You're
Yeah,
Just hit the tab key.
With the coffee,
The
always
tab
when I
key?
run the
Yep.
Amiga stuff.
Fills it in for you.
Really?
all right.
Okay, now hit enter.
It just
Now you're in PyStorm.
The Amiga OS. A different overlay.
Okay.
So
Could not
not
detect
detect.
CPLD. All right,
But
so
if I can't find,
Try it as go.
Yeah. So be careful.
Um,
I think I've tried sudo, we-
so what I'm doing is just having to write it out, hopefully. Okay, so it couldn't detect CPLD because it
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, now,
version.
It's looking for open, sudo open, is that a command?
yeah, it's a command.
So I don't know where
So,
that command says.
What it's doing is you installed OpenOCD up here,
Right,
and then it's doing -F, whatever that's for, detecting out of a config file, I guess, whatever it's looking for. It's writing errors to dev null, and then it's looking at the output and it's looking for something FNR = 3,
right.
and then there's some fourth parameter that comes after that, and it's going to print that out, and then it's going to use.
What do you mean the need for? Oh, the network, the net, okay.
So the version is going to be print4, and so your version appears to be couldn't detect. So let's just see what happens if we run sudo OpenOCD -F in prog /detect.cfg.
Can you revert back to the old OS?
Okay,
Do you also keep that on the SD card, or do you have
so
that
maybe a
on the
JTAG problem. I don't know if it normally does that, but
So both, you put both of them on.
And you already did the sudo on that one, yeah.
Oh, you got to swap them, okay.
here. Oh no, we didn't do the sudo. Oh yeah, we did. Okay,
On
yep,
that, right.
on this one.
What PyStorm are you using? What else? Raspberry Pi?
I would have to.
Deprecated,
Oh,
interesting.
you were, okay.
You know, we always use old software, right? I think that it's interesting though that the JTAG thing is blowing up on there. I don't know if that's
I don't
supposed to
know.
do that or
What's
not.
JTAG? What is that?
It's a hardware interface for like probing buses.
Uh-huh.
How that works?
So it's trying to
I thought it was just a serial debugger line.
I mean, yeah, essentially.
Okay.
But yeah, I like to call it as like a bus probe kind of thing.
I think you're going with functionality and going with connectivity.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Same deal. Pretty sure we're on the same wavelength.
I can work with that.
hmm
Drive on my regular PC, uploading all the stuff from the internet, and then just pointing it over
So
there.
IR capture error. I guess what you might want to do
Is Google that
Or
error?
maybe
is,
for
yeah,
the-
just Google these errors up here and see if there's anything that it tells you.
And especially with the command that's being typed in with the OpenCD,
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have.
or is
Not
OpenOCD?
for the need.
Yeah, OpenOCD
For the
is giving you
that I'm using.
these problems.
If I do a regular PyStorm setup, they have.
And maybe throw PyStorm in the middle of that
I
command
just have
too,
to
and
sit
see if
down
anybody
and
has.
everything.
Advice for the Amiga stuff in particular, yeah.
I was gonna say domain specific
Yeah.
suggestions. but-
Well, yeah, I tried to look up
The Amiga
here,
domain.
But, yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that,
Or even just the simple error message of problem detecting CPLD.
yeah, this part up here,
Let me
With,
just try one thing here. Let me
yeah,
just-
couldn't detect CPLD. Yeah, because it almost seems like there's a hardware problem with this, like something's not quite plugged in right, or
But JTAG is like usually on the board. Well, what's it connect? Is it connected to something?
that could be, you know, if it needs a header, just got to make sure the header is seated correctly.
Oh, I can see that.
But I don't really think there's much on this board that needs to be headed.
Is the J well? What's
could always-
this? No, that's just physical mounting.
I mean, we could try reseating
this
that, I
is-
suppose.
Mhm.
But it looks like the only connections on there are the main bus for the Pi,
Mm-hmm.
the monitor, the USB drive.
Now here's a question.
it.
Do you
Where's
suppose
the
you're
JTAG
tapping
on
into a CPLD on the Amiga part or on the
It's gonna be on the Pi.
extra PyStar part? It's on the Pi.
I think it's
I
on
would
Pi.
think it would be
I
on
think that
Pi.
would probably be right.
Because I mean, JTAG is just built into that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because otherwise it's going to have to go through address lines to get into the main board, and That would imply that there might be corrosion or something to clean off of them.
I don't think we're that far.
Anything new to do?
I don't know. So which Raspberry Pi is this?
This is the 3A plus.
And is that supported by Pi
Yeah,
4?
yeah,
Okay.
that's the main one that's supported, right?
Maybe you have input.
What? This is what, I don't know, I'm trying to,
Go ahead.
I'm trying to, you know, this CPLD.
Factoring update,
Yeah.
but you already, do you say
Okay.
that you already got it working, that's right?
Well, at one point I did, but now,
So-
well, let me, I've got to the point where now I don't have any output, you know, on the Amiga side. There's no output from, you know,
Because
There.
the emulator is not running.
right, well, when I go to, if I do, let's see.
Let's try something.
He's basically starting from scratch.
Let's try something. Let's see if your system is working. Can I get it?
Did you know that those Commodore 1581 floppy drives were Amiga drives?
Didn't know that.
I thought they were just regular PC drives.
Okay.
Turn it off then?
You could buy and
Okay.
take them apart. and
Well, let me show you what. I got this going
354 in
here.
there, which is.
Want to see if we move wood?
Understand? Do you want this shirt?
You got a pile of
You
empty
know, I
cases
typed
you
in,
got.
you know,
Just take them out,
well,
because the
let's see,
perfectly good drives, you
emulator.
can buy, you
This
see,
is
just
what
buy
I've
them one
got.
series, everyone open
So it
up.
sounds like
Is he gonna send it or what?
Yeah, it's running, but I don't.
That's dandy.
I got
Don't
the
get any
output,
output.
I got the output set up, so it should be in HDMI
I
one.
thought I do the details a little different, close.
But
But
have
on
no
a lot of those
output.
drives, it's just like a one-wire jumper or a jumper change. And then, at least if you
I
get
think I
the
should
ones,
at least be
they were working
getting,
either
you know,
one. It was a pretty simple.
The Amiga,
Insert.
the
Yeah,
insert.
you short was
insert
the same number.
Unless, it's not set up right.
Double density was
So do
354, high
you
density was
download it
357.
and run it the install and went through all the
Right.
stuff?
Yep,
So he
And
was
you
like,
did
he's like, I got a
after
power
that an
piece to get rid
update?
of now.
yeah, I did, you know, basically,
So he's getting rid of the 5081?
Yeah, he take them out so he can fix
different
people's
ones here.
Amiga, you know,
I
he's
did
been
all
doing
this.
a lot of that, he's got a lot of people
And
upset
I do
because
have
he's doing it
bullseye,
for free.
so I ran this first.
He's not charging
well, he
anybody
should-
anything, so
And
they
then,
all,
you
he
know, the make,
can.
instead
He
of
shouldn't
doing
do it
make,
for
I
free,
make
but
platform.
I'm not upset about it.
Did he,
He
when you
shouldn't
did
do
the
it for
main?
free. And then complain about it whenever people sell us
No,
systems that he did for free.
originally it did.
Yeah, that would be
but
the only
then-
part if he complains later.
Yeah, that's
Well,
it.
yeah, people, because,
It's
you
the
know,
later
they're there,
complaining
making-
part that I really
Yeah,
had
I
the biggest
did.
issue with
The
it.
make
If you
came
just
out of
charge
town.
money
What
for
pi
it, you would get
OS
less of
version
the
do you
people who are just gonna
install?
abuse your service.
For sure.
And then,
Install it
once
the
they paid you, it's like
Installed,
it's their business
I
what
went to
they
the
do.
website
So that might-
and, yeah, I went and opened up
Slightly different,
the,
Yeah, the
balance of
software.
power.
I'll show you.
Right.
Let's see.
No, 1581's worth like $350, $400 a piece on eBay.
Yeah.
People buy them all day long.
Mhm.
Price.
He found a big pile of them and bought a whole track, they look like brand new.
Holy smokes.
So they're like selling the cases on it?
Well, he was saying, gotta figure out something to do with it, he said, I'm getting too many of them, everybody knows what he
Oh,
do.
right, so
This is-
I thought that you could take just regular
So-
PC drive and the remake 1581 board and make it
So
1581.
here's the, and I
Well,
don't
those are regular
remember.
The advantage, she says, is, of course,
But
it's a
you
Amiga
have to
500
go into
drive.
the Discord.
You
Yeah.
can tell,
You
because the way
cannot
it's manual,
download
it doesn't have
the
that place to
latest
cap,
version of
cap on and
Raspberry
everything
Pi.
like
It will not
the
work.
others do.
Okay.
They have
So
one
he just pulls them
specific
out
version,
and
you
they
have
fit
to
right into
look
the
online,
500.
And you have to run that Raspberry Pi version of the board.
That's an
Okay.
expensive
Because
exchange.
for example, when I tried to build
Especially if
mine the
it's
first
not
time,
taking
they give me a
money for the
bundle.
You know, there's always somebody getting
Yeah.
rid of stuff cheaper because it'll
I
go,
know,
you know.
Everybody did the
What-
measure.
And when I did the mic, and after a while, I say, okay, I did it, but it didn't work.
Does he post this
Yeah.
on Facebook?
So
or
I
just-
went
Oh,
online
YouTube.
and I start complaining to in the
Right.
Discord, hey guys, I'm trying to do this, it's not working, and they tell me what version of the Raspberry, and they have it by name.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to look for that version, put it in, and poof,
Mhm.
it worked.
Okay.
So
That's what
that's
they
my
said.
way. I cannot tell what was the name.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know
Mhm.
number
But
2.
I would say go to the Discord,
Amiga
Uh-huh.
Gateway.
put it in.
Okay.
Now we can test it with this and see if
All right.
it boot up.
Yeah.
And see, at least see if your hardware is okay.
Right.
So he's kind of like
Okay.
Amiga personality. I see he's now living right here in the DFW area, working for a petroleum company.
It's very hard to get in there.
Oh, we need to put something so like me, so I can pull out the SD.
Well,
Yeah, I know. Well, I just want eventually, if I get it all, when I get it all set.
From whatever that German company was, it was, yeah.
Escom or something.
You know, they got really, I went to the St. Louis show, you know, they were always telling us how big the Amiga was gonna be, and they had all these plans and everything, and then all of a sudden, they fired the guy who was really gung ho for it, not just fired him right away, so then with June, said, well, if you wait to do the Amiga, and I said, well, I think it's an offer, I think he said they offered like $2 million, and they took it.
Okay.
So he bought it. I don't even, he was the one behind that idea they had the Amiga anywhere, when they take the Amiga games, you can play them in the phone, or anything, anywhere, all sorts of things. And then when I did, Microsoft stabbed them in the back.
And then this is the output from the.
Yeah.
From the Pi Storm.
So
That's the output
for a long
from the
time, he
Amiga
said, yeah, we're
right
gonna do
now,
that.
but,
We're
oh wait,
doing
that's the Pi
ups
Storm.
and sells it to that guy who uses it
And from
New
the
Zealand.
Amiga, that should be the output from the Amiga.
There you go.
Pi Storm, yeah, okay.
Let's see if it boots.
So yeah,
Yeah, Microsoft pulled the.
appears.
The hardware is
Yeah, really.
about that. Mine is Pi Storm,
Smartphone.
Pi 4. That maybe a couple
Hit
of
everybody else
different.
sometime.
While we're
And
here,
Microsoft
we
went in
could
and invested money
see
into it.
which version of Linux
And
is
then-
on that Pi.
So I'm a
They had
little
some
bit
deal
different
where,
because I'm
they
using
kept them from
68
delivering those phones
Okay.
a certain
So it's a
time.
kind of
They
a
had to just
different,
turn the phone over.
emulator than the regular
Microsoft-
Pi Storm,
Oh, okay.
but
So it's like,
at least it's
yeah, we don't have the
looks
operating
like
system ready
it's
for you.
it's trying to do something.
So
right?
yeah, they're in
Yeah,
panic now.
that's the output.
They just fell apart.
From
the
Microsoft
Pi-
had the whole
Pi
phone system
itself.
and everything. I don't know if they ever did anything with it.
And that's the output from the Amiga.
Microsoft phones for a while, that was about it.
So the Pi Storm should have
I've seen
boosted there,
several
but
companies
I
do
have
that
a Pi
over the years,
4.
make a-
Right, yeah.
So it's a great big order for
Just
something.
At least it's doing
Run
something.
out from underneath
Yeah.
it.
At one time I got it to boot up, but then
You know, the Chinese did that
I
to
let it sit for a month, I was out of town, I
They had
just
that MD10.
basically restarted over.
And they told me, you know, we want 300 of them.
Yeah.
And McDonald's up just up there in St. Louis expanded and grew and got bigger so they could make enough planes. And as soon as they got big enough, ready to get going, they said, yeah, never mind, we don't do it. And they filed for bankruptcy and then the Chinese.
Not to check if it didn't modify anything.
Like 10 feet from the ground. Somebody contacted the senator somewhere, said, do we really want to turn over McDonald's that list to the Chinese for? So he stopped it, you know, and
Yeah, mine's
turned it over to somebody else. Even Walmart's doing that stunt, you know, they wiped out one company over in Dallas.
There you go.
Making, some kind of cloth material that they needed. And they placed a huge order, I don't know. And
You know what that I.
They got rid, they expanded and everything to cover it, and all of a sudden, Walmart said, nah, we don't need it anymore, and then they collapsed, and the Chinese come in and bought it, and then Walmart started buying it from there.
Scheißerific, huh?
Yeah, that's.
And I thought, someone's gotta put a stop to that kind of stuff, I mean, that.
Maybe companies will see that and go, yeah, no, I won't play with you Walmart anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Trying to remember what's the.
It almost wiped out Vlasic pickles, it was the same thing. Told them how
Let's see
many
if I
pickles
can
they
get
wanted
it.
in a gallon jar, and Vlasic said, it costs us too much to put those in there. And I said, well, you selling to us, or we cut you off at the neck, you know?
They should rename themselves so we say so.
Mm-hmm.
Storm.
Looks pretty fiddly down there. Need a light?
I can see, just that, not a lot of room.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, darkness. How's it go?
You need your 2091 in there in the meantime? That might make it easier to pull that out.
Yeah, probably not. probably move it over a spot or two anyway.
Probably log in and see who's on our comments. Got a couple of comments already.
Got it? Oh, it's easy to get and get.
Yeah.
Now I can get it. Yeah, at Chris Evers said they were Dr. Phil sent him his Amiga 500 because it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, I was Dr. Phil. I remember I was shocked when I saw the Dick Van Dyke.
You put power on your card?
Fan. Yes.
I don't have power.
Yeah. In fact, he used the Amigas
Optional
to
to
create the
work
graphics
out.
for his
I
TV,
put
last
power
TV show,
on
that
all
Diagnosis
my-
Murder.
Mhm.
You look at all kinds of things moving around and animated, well, he used
Mhm.
Amiga 4000 T's, a pair of them, to create the graphics for that.
Interesting.
Plus, I have the extra, that's right. You have more stuff.
Yeah, the one guy that comes here sometimes, Wojciech, he bought a 4000 T. I'm showing this in the Discord that he's got it up and running.
There was a guy that contacted me, someone told him to see me, he worked at a church where they have a lot of weddings, and he did all the videos for the weddings. And he says, I got two 4000 T's up here, neither one of them work, can you fix them? I'm
I
like,
think it is.
what's wrong with them? I said, I know. So he bought one to me.
You did.
So guys,
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm
Hey,
not
I
sure
just
you-
messaged. Oh, you're recording. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is the stream. Welcome to the stream.
Hello. Hello.
You're a star.
I messaged you on Facebook because you said you were selling a bunch of stuff.
That's right. Oh yeah, that's right. So you're the one that was messaging. I'm not necessarily selling. I just feel like I've got too much. I need to downsize a little bit.
What do you? What do you? Oh, somebody's got a. What's going on over here?
Oh, that's a 1200. That's I don't know if there's a for sale table this time. Sometimes there is. You just have. That's why you got to come regularly.
I know. Okay, test my phone again. My phone is
I
would say try to go to Discord and so that you
Not the broken.
passport, what iOS version you need to go. I know that the latest version will not work.
One of the two that were in this meeting.
Frank, right?
Oh, man.
Is it Frank?
Yeah.
I thought so. I was like, I'm sorry, my brain is like really messed up. You know, Sam. What's going on, Dave? I told Sam you weren't gonna be here.
Because I was a hard maybe.
Oh, maybe.
I didn't hire maybe, you were the one that put the, I'm coming, and said, well, okay.
Yeah, my mother-in-law has been in the hospital all week. She thought maybe if she got out or not, and it didn't. So it turns out not. It's Monday. So like, all right.
I mean, well, obviously she's in the hospital, I guess. Yeah.
Bladder cancer and got a bladder removed and a bunch of stuff.
Hip cancer, she said? Bladder.
But
Oh, with bladder. My hearing.
Is that transplant or what do they do?
No, you just have a bag for the rest of your life.
I'm gonna go get
That
my
happened to
phone
my buddy.
my phone out of my car right back.
His father had something similar, and so it for him, because I guess his father was like very like, well, he became very self-conscious after that.
this is not Amiga stuff over here.
Yeah. Did Frank bring his Super Amiga? I see.
One of the super Amigas.
Well, last meeting I came to, 2 meetings ago, he brought his 1200 with the vampire card in it, and that was really nice.
This got the power storms.
This is the super Pi Storm one.
Oh, these are discs.
Yeah. No, that's.
Is this a cell table?
No. No, definitely not a super.
What is it then? What are you doing with it?
Tested it.
Oh, you tested it? You tested all these discs?
No. It's what happened was, I had 2000s with no keyboards. I have a shortage of keyboards at my house, so I got this one off eBay. But I also have a shortage of space, so
No, he wanted to bring it here so we can test it for him.
Well, because I knew there was gonna be like an Amiga 2000 here for me to plug it into, so all right, at least don't have to rearrange everything just to test it.
It works.
It does.
Nice.
The keyboards, it sold cheap.
Yeah.
Because it had broken keycaps.
Are there any new keyboard projects in the works for,
I want a mechanical keyboard.
for the desktop Amigas?
Are you getting in the Discord for the high storm stuff?
Yeah.
500, 600, 1200.
Yeah, that might be smart for
Never
the.
been on,
I know there's the.
been on Discord, but I've never ever posted anything.
Oh yeah.
To tell you the truth, don't really know how it really works or
How's it going?
haven't really used it at all.
I got your name, I'm sorry. Gus, that's right. I totally.
I don't recognize you with shorts on.
Yeah, normally you have a kilt.
That happens, yeah. Just not today. It's like that image, you know, when someone just is like always has the same thing every time, and then they don't have it one time, you don't recognize them.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like Clark Kent
And his glasses. So what's going on with these?
There was a Amiga test board there in case I needed to go on.
Oh, okay. These are like can I look at it?
Sure.
Yeah, pass your portfolio. Yeah. I got things to do. We're just gonna run behind today.
This is the ones I got from Dan. Most of those were the discs I got from him.
All right, there we go.
That's cool, man.
Okay.
See you, man.
Adios, man.
Well, thanks, Mary, appreciate the help.
Hopefully
Okay.
we get it working for me soon.
I hope so. So, where on Discord, is that, you know, where it's located?
You know, those,
So,
You're one of the channels, I guess.
desktop
the channel.
keyboards,
Hardware support?
they go for quite a
I
bit.
just go to the
Pi
PyStorm. So this is
Yeah,
the
I'm on
PyStorm.
Right.
And just go to the PyStorm Classic, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you have classic or 32?
Yeah, and are you gonna pay like 150 or 200 bucks
Okay.
or more?
And I will ask the question, you know.
Okay.
You're having issues deploying the PyStorm in a 8200 with the
How do you repair keyboards?
Pi, the 3B Plus, what OS, the Pi OS that you need to start the deployment.
Okay. It's not like, I don't know, they don't, so they point you to where it is, they don't have it on, I guess, on,
They, most of the time, they will give you, I'm trying to remember, the problem is I cannot find the quote. They give me not the version of the Pi software is by name, like Leopard and stuff like Apple. You need to, whatever they tell you, we have to find it.
okay.
Yeah, I don't remember that command off the top of my head. I remember who am I for knowing how I'm logged in, but
Yeah, I was looking to see if there is a way that I can look for my post.
USB to Amiga keyboard.
look for your post.
Yeah, in the Discord.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
That should be easy enough.
Do you know
to-
your
to
name?
build
You look
into,
up by name or something?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's what you don't know.
Mhm.
Off-the-shelf, you know, keyboard encoders and switches
Look for
and
that.
stuff, and so really someone would just need to make the shell and the keycaps.
I don't know.
Off my behind. I know how to get a microcontroller with a USB host on it, so you plug any keyboard slash mouse into, and then I've got all the cables made so I can plug them into the front of an Amiga 2000, and you can use any.
No, me neither. I never searched. That's for why I don't know.
It would work keyboard, then we work the mouse, and put in the idea would be put another joystick port on it, so you can plug in your joystick, and it would just all go through this one little adapter thing.
I don't know if it's gonna search.
It would do the same thing. Yeah, it's cool.
I don't know.
So, any
I don't know if it's
USB,
gonna
whatever,
check my
just wireless or
interest.
wired or whatever you plug it in.
That's why.
It's,
For me, it's gonna be
I
easier
checked on all
to
the
just
parts,
post.
I know how to do it. It's just gotta make a board to do it.
What Amiga do you keep hooked up at home that you use? None? Just,
I
you
don't
just
have any right now, that's the problem with this.
I'm trying to remember, you posted some pictures though. So what, you just keep your Commodore hooked up?
I have basically one slot. So there's all that Commodore 64 stuff, that is currently the bane of my existence in my workshop.
Oh no.
It was a good deal though, man.
It was a good deal.
It's a real good deal.
And I got most of it.
When did you pick this up?
It was Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, like I think he and I found it at around the same time, and then he's like, I'm messaging guy, and I was like, okay, then I'm not gonna message him, because that's the worst. Because that's happened to you and I before, where like inadvertently we both messaged the same. Like the first guy you message him, and he's like, yeah, I'm looking to get like this one. I'm like, hey man, that's fine, I'll buy it. And then Sam or I, we'll message the same guy, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, goes back, and then he's like, oh, good, and I'm just like, doggone it. So I always, that's the other reason why like I don't. Like, you know, like Alan's always on like shopgoodwill.com, which I turned him on to.
Yeah, I don't look at it anymore because I know if it's
Because
anything interesting,
anything
he's already
interesting,
on it.
he's already, yeah, exactly. And I'm just
The
like,
price that just went up in that side too.
It did.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I did. But there's an Amiga 4000 on there right now.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. It's got real bad battery corrosion. Like I posted the shots. I don't know if it powers up.
I know someone who can work on that.
I haven't done a 4000 yet.
But it's like when the auction may be over, but when I was last there,
New sockets are new
I
sockets.
think it was like
Boss
600
wires
or
are
700
boss
is what it was up to.
Okay.
Have you ever smelled that repair? That repair has a distinctive stench.
The thing that gets me about this
Fixing
show
the
Goodwill is
battery,
just the amount
Battery
of
or capacitor.
extra junk like
Especially
shipping and
capacitor.
handling and stuff you pay on top of
So
that
how
thing
many
too.
Amigas do you
Especially if you're
have?
buying like a $5 5200
I
game or
have the
something.
2000,
Makes it not really worth it.
500,
And then you get the box and it looks like a
600,
crushed soda can in here.
Yeah.
Nice looking.
This is the
Your
one
heart
that I got
just
here.
falls, hits the floor. It's like,
Oof.
Just,
oh, man.
brought it,
It's gonna be all trashed in there. I
So
know.
people can
Yeah,
see it.
I haven't bought anything from there in years.
Like
It's
whenever
still
I
not
do,
finished. So
Any
if you take a look, I
right?
Yeah.
ordered
You can
a
use like
PC
one
drive.
of the
Remember you
third
posted
parties
about
like
that.
Buy-E
That's
or
right.
whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I already printed the.
You're like,
Yeah.
man, I've been waiting
So
3
I'm
months
gonna
for this.
put it
I
in the
finally
same-
get it, and the
have a
box
buy store.
just looks like it
I
went
changed the
through.
8-bit ports to
I don't
16.
Yeah.
Ran a
Completely
comic,
recap.
and it's like,
What's the
how
price
much
on
I
the
spend on what's in here, because
2004?
I'm
So
definitely
just
gonna
let you-
fix it now.
I don't understand. I don't know anything about that.
It's
Yeah, the
an
one thing I bought
accelerator.
from
You
Buy-E
just,
basically cost almost as much as I paid for the actual computer
emulating
that goes with it.
68,
I got the computer and the
68
monitor, but I needed a
for
keyboard.
faster processing.
The keyboard was just
Now,
as
do
much
you
as the
build
rest of it
price point
almost.
on a Raspberry Pi yourself, or is it something you have to buy?
But that was just
So
because I was
you have to buy the
wanted
part.
the keyboard to go with it. I had a keyboard, like a
They
PS2
sell
one that worked fine with it
the
with an
buy
adapter.
store already built,
But
or you
yeah.
can build it yourself.
I want the cool one with the kanji characters, you know what I mean?
The standard is the 3B or 3B plus.
Yeah, that's
Oh, I've got a spare.
I'm running here 4.
I also,
that's
no,
the
I don't
problem
have
with
a spare.
shipping
I sold
things.
my four.
Mhm.
Man, you sold it? You're sold. Yeah.
Halfway around the
Well,
world, no
five
less,
coming
too.
out.
I had an
Halfway around the
arcade
world,
cabinet
no less,
that I
too.
built with a 4 in it. Yeah. I have a Mister too. I love my Mister.
So,
You had, because you're set up for digital or
Digital.
Huh?
This is digital.
Yeah, I took my digital board out and I put an analog board.
So
in.
the problem is that the new cores, they require the 128 memory.
Yeah,
Gonna
I've got-
edit your
I've
init
got
file,
the
I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well-
that's what I did before, and it's when
With
it
the-
stopped
you need
working.
the
I was just
diesel
trying to
board
see if
be
there's
able
something
to
else
the
I
two
could do.
memories.
I would just check carefully if there's not a
one of the
typo
new
in there.
boards. Like I'm up to the PS1.
Well, I did
and,
actually
Yeah,
copy
those
that.
are
There were
the
some
problems
typos. They
that
did a copy and
say
paste,
Okay.
arcade go.
and I was able to do
I did
that.
that.
Mhm.
And
I'm trying to remember which ones are
I was
the ones that are
using-
coming out, but read on it.
Okay, I'll go to the.
So the problem is.
Oh, I got your
the
SD card in the
128
computer, huh?
memory slot, you
yeah.
have to
Okay,
remove
cool.
the analog board.
I still have my digital board that it came with and stuff. So I bought mine from Pork Chop. I couldn't find, like, if you wanted to find like just the individual and then get the other ones yourself and do it yourself, you couldn't find it. You could only find them with the stack pre-built.
I built almost all the parts.
Well, I can't do that though.
The only thing I could build was the FPGA board, that's right.
Yeah,
You
well,
have to
that-
get that one.
Well, that's the part I couldn't find. I couldn't find a solo, just the FPG, just the deck.
The FPGA board?
Couldn't get it. Well, this was like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. Couldn't
No,
get
it's
it.
still, you know, you have to put yourself in a waiting list.
Yeah.
And as soon as you get that email,
Well,
you need to get it.
I
Because they're gone.
ended up going on a waiting list, and I just bought like all 3 boards at
All
once,
together.
all together.
Yeah,
I
so
bought
I
it.
just
That cannot be.
used this
It's
and
not that.
Mm-hmm.
When I sold, what happened
copied
was
it
I
over.
started
So
selling a
it's,
bunch of
Yeah.
my
I originally typed it in, but I had some errors.
video games
Mhm.
collection.
But I typed it in, and that's
PS1
really-
and older.
That's more or less
So I
the
paid
problem
for
I had
that.
before when I first started.
Yeah,
I could get it to,
I've been thinking about like.
I got it to boot up, and I tried to do this, basically a script for the auto boot.
The only
But,
thing that I'm kind of disappointed with the
When I did that, I must have did something incorrectly, and then
and that's it.
wouldn't boot up correct after that, and then like I said, I was gone for about a month. I let it sit because I was out of town, and
Right.
Yeah, you can
I
change.
forgot exactly where it was, so I just basically started all over again. Erased the card, started from scratch again.
So when you're up in here, does it tell you to put it into /etc/systemd/system? That's where the PyStorm service config
Yeah,
file goes? Okay.
yeah, that's where it tells you to right
Okay,
there
yeah,
to put
okay,
it.
cool.
etc, system D, system, and PyStorm service. That's where it tells you to put it.
Yep.
But, so I bought an
I was wondering if I was doing something wrong there.
And it's got the
Okay.
thing that comes down onto the core.
So there we go. So now you need to, once this is all good, you enable the service, I guess.
Yeah.
But your 2000 looks real nice. You do good work for him.
So some CDL enable.
I hope to finish it.
Are you gonna keep it or sell it?
I don't know yet. It's like everything. I finish it and stuff, and I don't know. They take a space.
Yeah.
And I like to do other projects. For example, I just finished two SC30s, complete motherboard, brand new motherboard. So. Follow me. I need a space for other projects. Yeah, and until then, I already have the same paint for this to cover all the scratches and
Wow,
stuff.
looking at it from, yeah, the front case is great. You know, yeah, I see a couple of the small scratches. Yeah, I got, oh yeah, a couple over here, but it's still, it's no dents.
So I had a
And the keyboard is not that like gel and
cover the plastic for the keyboard connector with the.
Yeah, it's a nice looking system. You got it here.
You know, just really
Yeah,
trying to
that's
do
all
the
it
best
was.
I can so I can use that. I mean,
You have to
works.
get rid
It's
of
actually
battery
hard putting the new
leak
ones.
damage, but I just saw the pictures, I cleaned it out, remasked it, and
So like you and Dave
That's the
and
last time we was on
Sam,
there.
y'all have the skills to, like I'm so terrible at soldering. I'm just terrible.
I'm terrible at desoldering.
Well, my buddy Dan bought a desoldering
for
gun because he
35
just
years.
got tired of it. Here's the thing that kind of frustrates me so much. Alan goes 240p on our, yeah. He goes and he buys the cheapest soldering iron for like 17 bucks, like 10 years ago. Still use it. Doesn't buy braid. He just uses raw copper wire, and he still does all his soldering, and he does a better job than me. And I'm like, you mother effer. He is so much.
I've seen his pictures, they're not great.
Well, then he goes, he can solder fine, and then when he's done, he just coats the whole thing with hot glue. And I'm like,
Oh no.
you're a horrible human being, Alan. I'm like,
I used to solder like that.
Apt-get updates, install
he'll
SDL2
solder
dev.
it, but instead of like buying like some nice shrink wrap or heat wrap or doing something nice, he'll then just hot glue all over it. And I'm like, that's just awful.
that's sad.
Where's your sudo emulator config? Where does that come into play in the instructions? Is
Probably is,
that further up?
Starting moment,
it's-
removing, and he knows about it, you know, and the surface mount electrolyte, you start hitting them, and they're already, you know, leaking. I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
What happened? Oh, it,
They blew up, they pop.
Like a party popper.
I hate when that happens, and the smell.
Removing the surface mount.
Hmm?
I've actually mostly avoided, I don't have
There's emulator there, the binary, I guess.
the 1200.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. But the config, see the config, Amiga config is here. Here's the file.
you
So
really
I-
got
I-
to do 1200, right? How many?
All the old caps that were removed from other stuff.
I used to have a bag.
Trying to get a 60 to 30 in there.
Yeah, it was 020, I changed it to 030 and it
Okay.
did change, so I know that worked, so I was just kind of playing around with it.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of mystified on other, I think it might be set up for half a chip, and I think I have a chip, you can set it up for a full chip, you know, 1 mega chip RAM.
You know,
I'm not sure where that is in here, I'm sure it's here somewhere.
Is it a possibility you want to like reset the Amiga config file and just set the default one back in there again?
I don't know, possibly.
Because you might be able to get that from GitHub and just copy and paste it over this one. See if it works.
It's not working.
Yeah.
Just put in the dishwasher because they clean all the electrolyte, and it's gonna work. And I say, oh Lord.
anything in the dishwasher. And you see all these people, yeah, it's working now, oh great. And I said, just give it a couple of weeks more. The electrolyte is gonna keep eating the damn thing.
I post pictures of my ultrasonic cleaner. These guys see.
Here's the file itself.
You did something neat though. You started using a coffee filter.
I tried to stream it, yeah.
And it looked like it worked.
It does. It's a little slow.
Okay, so what you want to do is not the pull request, but go back. If you just click on amiga.cfg there, open link in a new tab, I suppose.
The grind from bonding.
Well, I thought you explained it as that.
Okay, there we go. Now that's the files. So now you can hit raw.
Raw?
Yeah, hit the raw button at the right. And you can just hit Control A, Control C.
Great success, but I was like, you can. My wife does her side.
And then just Alt Tab until you get back to your notepad or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, and then just hit Control A, Control V.
Right, yeah.
And then
So she puts
that
all
blows
this
away
back,
the
puts
custom
them in the
config.
ultrasonic cleaner, and they come out,
Right.
they're
So if there's anything wrong with your config now, should be back to actually make sure if you didn't save that, then you save it. You gotta save, right?
Yeah, I saved it.
Okay, good.
Saved.
Or anything. You're supposed to do that, or paint.
Yep, it's saved.
And then
There's
she
the
would scrub
time.
them all with
Okay.
this big brush, and then rinse them, and then lay them out by the pool. And then I would inadvertently find some in the pool or in the lawn, and I'm just like, but now she just puts them in her little mesh bag, throws them in the ultrasonic cleaner.
Did they reply?
No, I didn't send a message yet. Just trying a couple other things.
I see a Raspberry Pi at the top.
Don't show your wife that it cleans perfectly their jewelry.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you're gonna lose it.
Well, I've already lost it. She was
Got the big one.
mine's the 30 liter.
Oh, the 30 minute one. I would love to have the 30
I
minute.
talked to Mendo, because that's what I have.
Yeah.
It will clean an entire A500 board.
Yeah.
They fit in there all at once.
Yeah.
Just go.
Well, right, so the 2000 boards are still too big, but I got it because at least.
So 20.
2000 board.
Yeah, back to the 020.
Yeah, this guy sold me a box of
And then,
Atari
the ROM.
2600s, like a
Could I
box
put
like
the
this
ROM-
big. I still have the
ROM
box.
file in.
And everything in it was filthy, or rusted, or both. Just absolutely filthy. But I was doing shells, like Atari shells, like 4 at a time.
still
Not 4 at a time,
showing
like
up.
top and bottom, top and bottom. So two complete shells. I could put them all in there, cleaned them beautifully, spraying with the IP. I have an IPA bottle, spray, rinse it with water, spray, dry it. And I was like, they look great now.
Yeah.
And I took it, I think I bought all that for $100. And then I went to that taco meeting and I sold like 4 of them.
Taco meeting.
Yep.
You know that?
No, never heard of that.
That's the new one, taco meeting.
Yeah, so John Hardy.
Oh, I'm sorry, you said taco or taco or
Taco.
Taco, okay.
So it's an acronym. So I think John Hardy's the guy who runs the National Video Game Museum.
Yeah.
And he's a super big Atari computer guy. And so
That's
he
right, I need
runs
to reconnect because I
Texas
rebooted.
Atari something.
Computer owners.
Yeah. So the whole thing was they were putting the vote to what to call the group because they didn't have a name for the group yet, and Taco won. And I kind of also pushed for that name too, and I think he kind of got mad because I don't think he likes it.
I think it's a great name since we acronymized it, I
He
guess.
should have put it to a vote. Because I remember he even said that, and I remember I spoke up in the meeting, and I was like, man, I think Taco's really good. Everybody was like, yeah.
Yeah, no one's shown up with tacos.
No,
That's sad.
no. But that's if you like.
They put up for a vote what his name was, and we heard this story. They put up a vote what his name was. And the vote came back, voting McVoteface.
Yep.
And then they chickened out.
No, we're not gonna name the whole vote voting McVoteface. So they
Shit,
named
cowards.
Something else. And they named like the rover or something, voting McVoteface. Never put things up to a vote unless you're really committed to going with whatever.
Yep.
If you like any level of, there seems to be a real big overlap between retro Apple computing and retro Atari computing. So at the Atari meetup, which is really nice meetup, it's at the museum, which is kind of cool. And they always have like a speaker.
Did it tell you to look at the header file?
And they have like, they have
I don't know.
tables to sell
I've been-
stuff. And then
look
they
at the
have
header
free
file.
table.
I mean, the .h
And then
file
they
that you
have
opened up.
Is that what that is, a header? Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not, this is all, you know, I don't know Linux. It's all Greek to me, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's all
what-
just
so
some kind of
H is
C++
header.
compilation. Yeah, H is for header, C is your C code, O is your object file. It comes from the linker and then your compiler. I mean, it comes from your compiler and then the linker makes your binary file.
Okay.
I don't understand.
See, that's all, I have no idea.
Too much going
Did
on.
the number one. I know I didn't make it to it, but when was the last meetup?
I don't, you know, I don't know. I was just looking around.
I think they had a meetup up there in like the December 2nd or something like that. I was in freaking Kansas City.
Okay.
Oh, the Christmas, the White Party Christmas at the museum is coming up.
Okay. Oh, that's
White
gonna be
Elephant,
fun.
whatever they call it.
Yep.
What, the retro gamer one?
Yeah, no. I don't know if it's gamer or
Or the-
computer. It's the
ZRG's had the one at Retro, the White Elephant one historically.
at the museum.
Yep.
Yeah, like one. I didn't. Stay
Last
for the
year I
event.
freaking gave a TV away there, and the guy got so pissed off that I had like this 25-inch CRT
Was
TV
that
as a
the
White
wooden
Elephant.
crate?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so the wooden crate was like everybody was like, "What's in this thing?"
Yes.
That was you.
That was me.
What did you get?
Oh, I got something from Sergio. It was like a card for a PC Junior.
Interesting.
Yep.
You remember.
That's cool.
He has like a cartridge expander or something for a PC
Yeah,
Junior.
I went to that party. I sold a bunch of stuff.
Nice.
And I didn't know about the white elephant, so I didn't bring anything for that. Because you have to bring something to participate. But it's fun. Like I like going to all the I'm nowhere near the expert like Sam and Dave are on a lot of this stuff. Like I've got my 1200. Oh, but I did do. Well, nobody cares. This is the Amiga meeting. We shouldn't talk about Apple stuff.
Yeah, no, that's what.
Unless you want to talk bad about it.
Except the Apple card. That counts.
So you lost connection with the host, huh? With the Pi Storm?
Yeah, well, I guess I rebooted again. So.
Yeah.
You hooking up your missing?
Yeah, we don't mind people, so we don't have
Good to see you
ours.
guys.
You didn't hook up?
Adios,
stuff?
man.
No, it's a project. I didn't hook up.
It's in a project?
Sort of.
Oh, okay. Well, have a good one. Be safe.
All right, see you guys next month.
See you next month.
Who knows? I don't like things, priced really high, but at the same time, like, we'll see what happens.
I should.
That's what I do with mine. I haven't had any niggles on it.
200.217, I
Yeah.
guess.
What other games? Do you have any other out of that?
I have a whole stack of them. Maybe I'd probably do a video. Maybe once I flip through them rather than send single pictures.
Man.
Well, just send me again. Like, I feel bad because like I was thinking like.
Not so bad.
Is it usually the same IP address every time, or does it give you something new?
It's same.
Okay.
Yeah, but it
Probably
just,
might be able to save that configuration then.
yeah, I'm not familiar with the program, so I'm probably,
Good old WinSCP. I haven't used this in a long time.
I don't know, I just found that someone else used it
Uh-huh.
on a video and I just kind of,
Adopted it.
yeah, adopted it. So
Yeah.
I just, I don't know, probably something better or faster or something.
Probably not. I mean,
But it's
I used to use this to get into Unix systems for developing stuff in college.
But it seemed to work. So.
Yeah.
Slow and that's fine. There's no hurry about it.
And Putty too for the terminal emulation stuff.
What's that?
And Putty for the terminal emulation stuff.
Like that card, I can.
But I actually have a real terminal now. I have a real live Wise that does DEC emulation, the VT100.
It's still in there.
Old school.
Old school. Oh no.
Yeah, still.
And then it says, oh yeah, that was the crappy one because the scan.
So-
I took some better ones.
Do the ping on your PyStorm, I guess, again, just to see.
Next time I pull it out, it's probably gonna just be when someone buys it. But, yeah, I got bigger
Just do ping 4.2.2.1. I think that was what
Yeah.
Gus used.
4.2.2.1.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah, no rush on that.
Hmm. That's what he said. Okay, so it's there.
Are you one of the watchers?
Otherwise I'll miss it when
Try
I
some.
go.
I'll
Try
probably send
something
you
else.
an offer at some point.
Just redo it again.
I'm gonna ignore your
One of
offer.
those just like,
I'm gonna make a counter offer that you're not gonna like.
yeah.
Just ignore it.
There's an Amiga 4000 on auction.
Threw a
right now for
Freemeister up there too.
192, 160, 200, 217.
I got my Amiga 4000, I'm done.
Yeah.
I only need one. I don't need to tell
Alright, so
them.
what do
You get the right password for your Raspberry Pi.
I wanna do what
Yeah.
what
Okay.
Frank did and take.
I was gonna suggest you just hit the save button real fast.
All right, well,
The
I probably,
accelerated
yeah,
mode in your 1200.
I know, I probably should do
Vampire.
that.
I'm kind of tempted.
Save you a bit of time.
I love it.
So, do you have a 040 or 060 in it?
Does
Did it give you Ethernet on the
Yes.
Vampire board?
your laptop
Here's the point. Do you
have internet
other
still?
Amiga?
Like you didn't get disconnected on your laptop, did you?
Okay.
This
So
is
the
a save button
Vampire
here while you're here,
is pretty
actually.
cool,
Yeah,
but it still have these forks. Okay? So, if you don't have any other
Yeah, there you go.
Amigas, you have to live with those
Okay.
little cords, that's right? So.
Searching for house
I just
connecting.
want to advise of that. Now, if you have
Authenticating,
another Amiga,
okay.
Like, 500 and that you can just put a regular, like, accelerator.
Come on,
and,
authentication.
You know, emulating anything, because you're gonna have a couple of.
Okay,
cords
good.
in there.
there we go. All right, let me.
Third time's a charm, huh?
060
Exactly.
Yeah, something like that,
Yeah.
or 40,
Do a disable switch on your
No.
060 accelerator when you're having problems.
There is a header for you, just
Yeah.
turn around, pull a switch on it, and disable it.
You've got a new case anyway, so it's not like you'd be ruining an old case. You just put a little hole in the back of that.
Oh, that's what I could have brought. I could have brought my original 1200 case. See if anybody wanted to buy it. I also have those keycaps still, the original keycaps. See if anybody wants to. I keep forgetting to sell those.
Well, yeah, basically, like, man, there's this one game that just will not work no matter what
Yeah.
with the 060 accelerator, and you're like, I really want to play this game. You turn it off, you flip your switch, you
Okay.
turn it back on, and you play that game.
Actually,
It's-
look,
That is
copy
the most
I already
hassle-free
copied
way
it, I
to
don't know
do
why.
rather than-
So
Show me
literally
why I
just
didn't
remove
before.
the jumper
That's
on
an
the
awful
back,
quick time to
and
copy
then
a
put the
gigabyte
switch
file.
or something
Yeah,
on
well,
Yeah.
I know, but still.
That's it. I mean, you can get a switch that already has DuPont
Try this
connectors
again
on it.
then.
I'm assuming it's a,
I think on my card, there's a full system
Hmm.
that actually has.
well, we
done
can,
before yet.
yeah, we can make it work. It'd be the
That's
easiest thing for you to install.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some 2 layers on these.
Yeah.
So your dot slash
Maybe you
emulator.
don't need to use solder.
If you
Just
don't
get,
want-
What are the other steps you gotta run before dot slash emulator?
connect.
Probably get a switch.
Just get into the directory.
Okay.
We're in
Yep.
the directory, so it should work.
Mhm. But then, what about the flash thing?
Well, that was,
Actually swap the 060.
yeah, the flash, I don't know.
Should actually work.
Oh, so you have the
Let's
60
see.
with the FPU?
Yeah.
Okay, what did you do with the other 60?
It seems to be flashing, but I just can't find that
How
CPLP,
fast is the
Yep.
other 060?
which,
Do we know why it wants to be flashed? Or does it need to be flashed or not?
So-
See,
I don't know.
Again,
there's
if you
like
got it
3, right?
working,
There's the
it's
base
already
60,
flashed.
There's
Mhm.
the FPU,
You don't
guy,
have
and
to
there's the
do
one
it.
in the
all
middle.
right.
I don't remember well, mine came with the one in the middle, the one that I bought from the guy that you recommended. But it
Okay,
was
pi
supposed to be
raspberry,
where you
sudo
could
raspberry
overclock,
config.
but none of the commands that I type in work, so it's just stuff.
Exit raspberry
I don't know
config,
what
do
to
this.
It's supposed to be.
See PyStorm make, which I'm sure you've already
That's what
done.
his page said.
Okay.
Well, it's a possibility, so
Yeah.
he doesn't, I don't think he checks any of.
Oh, yeah.
And-
No, I don't mean it like, okay.
Oh, yeah, we
I
gotta
just
check
meant
your
the actual
version of
documentation where it's like,
Raspberry
okay, so
Pi
you need to
OS.
type in
Uh-huh.
To see
Yeah,
if
I've
you're running
already-
Bullseye. Have you taken
Yeah,
care of this step?
I've done that,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, I do have Bullseye,
Mhm.
and I already
Yeah,
did that,
So
right.
took care of all this stuff, yeah,
Yeah, I
okay.
did that,
And then, so now you're just on this part.
right. And when I run it, it seems to be running
Yeah,
in the background, but it get no output
from the other HDMI, huh?
yeah.
And there's a Rev 5, which is better, and then the rest is the.
Do you need, well, that seems like that wouldn't be relevant. It says here, like, set some,
Fastest running one.
you know, graphics to 1280 by 720 or something like that, but that shouldn't have anything to do with your emulator.
I can
There's some,
go into that.
No MMU, there's one with no FT.
Yeah, well, right, so there's LC, EC, and OC.
Yeah, there's an LC, isn't there?
Or,
And so there's the 3 versions. So then there's 3 production versions. Which is best.
I had a 50 and I had a 60. And I read about the 80 and the 100, and then someone said there's a 120 now. I'm like, what?
yeah, it's recommended to set your screen resolution 1280 by 720 from Raspberry config.
720 by
1280 by 720.
I've got some of that. The one that I bought.
You know what you're talking
was the
about?
Rev 6. So it's, and
took me a while. I didn't want it to be busy up here.
Loved it. That's,
Ah.
that's
Yeah.
So the one guy that does the board swaps for like the 4000, he's got
Oh my, here we go again.
He doesn't tell who the supplier is, but the supplier does come up with
Huh.
full 060s every now and then, and he sells them every now and then. That's
So they're real?
No, this is John Hurdle, the guy that knows what he knows.
Yeah, see
This
the
source
source.
sells him real ones, and he checks them, and then he occasionally sells something that
The
knows.
guy I bought it from was John Hurdle's friend Alan.
Alan is the other reseller, builder / reseller.
Yeah, you were saying, I remember because you talked, I'm sorry if I don't remember all the details of it. I remember.
That's wild.
I remember when you told me, like, get it from either this guy or this guy.
Yeah.
You can 02 or a 38 plus, but not Model 2 or Model 4, huh?
It's a 3.8
That's who I bought it
plus.
from.
Yep.
So the shipping's a
That's
little
what I
less
have.
expensive
Mhm.
Well, yeah.
moving in.
How funny, how specific all this is.
But the Alan,
Yeah.
I don't think he ever sells the full version, because he doesn't bother with getting the chips.
It was not an option
Yeah,
when I got my, so I think I paid like 400 for mine. I think. Sounds
Still not-
kind of high for.
660, no. You can have it.
It was a terrible fire, 1260.
But you got it with your car.
Yes, with the car.
Let's see.
I can tell you how much. I forgot I could log into eBay and look and see how much I paid.
You know the sad part of that? All the line cards for telecommunication equipment we throw away,
Yeah.
that have those processors on.
They
I know.
don't, though. They don't have the full ones that they needed. Like, I've looked at a whole bunch
Still.
of ones. I know. I feel you here, but I've looked at a whole bunch of cards, and everybody does, as soon as they figure out what versions they are, and they're all like the LCs or the ECs or.
Well, but it just, you never know, man. We
know, I
throw
guess.
so many of those away.
But he's right about one thing, because it's funny, is because when I, like, months before I bought this, and I was like looking and Googling and researching stuff, and I was like, where else were these things used? And I was like even looking for those devices and machines, and I would look for them.
So is everybody else.
Exactly. Everybody who knows, like I even saw people putting just the devices on eBay. They're like, if you're looking, they would even say, oh, there's a selling point. If you're looking for a 60, it's in, it's in here. Buy the machine and pull it out, whatever. And I'm like, man, this dude knows. Everybody knows. You have to like literally probably buy like a storage unit that nobody knew and pull them out of there. Or get it from China.
I was gonna say, or just kind of getting good with electronics recycler and
That's
tell
what
them the list of
I
things
start
they're
doing,
looking
looking into recyclers. But most of those equipment, they got destroyed or get taken apart for the gold.
Yeah.
That's the other part is all the gold scrappers, like the ones who they just destroy.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny, is they'll destroy like a 200 piece of hardware for like $50 worth of gold. And I'm like,
If that.
That's all they're working on.
Amiga specific functionality.
What do you think that they're buying CPUs? And the only thing that they get from gold is.
Yes, I don't know where John Hurdle gets these. He hadn't advertised any in 6 months or 9 months or something.
all right, I paid
Okay.
$4.59 Canadian.
Right.
Use a 32-bit version
And
of
so it was a
iOS. Seems like this was
68
working
LCD.
before, so must be the
Which is the one
32-bit version.
right
Yeah.
below the
That's what I did at first. I made a mistake
That was
and
the
used a
best- That was the best I
64-bit.
could find.
Yeah.
And that was
Couldn't
what I
get it
used.
to never
Like,
compile.
I sold a bunch
Mhm.
of stuff.
Or the make command.
And
Right.
like
But,
because
yeah,
I
I
had
finally
that was,
figured that
that was
out,
last
so.
year when I got it,
Mhm.
and that was my project I was going to do on my break. Which
So you
was,
got the image of the Raspberry
replace
Pi
my
OS
case.
is there.
I wanted to get a mechanical keyboard.
You put the
but
palm-
only ones
I
could
mean, you put
find were all
Pi Storm
German.
in place
I
of the
already had a
CPU
European
adapter, I
keyboard, and
guess.
I was tired of it. I wanted an a regular QWERTY. And so I just ended up buying keycaps.
I used the light
Okay.
version. That's what it recommended. so-
Right. Yeah, the Light 32. That should be good.
Norwegian,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Well, it's a problem because like it was actually interfering with like I remember when it came back, it was like there was a game I wanted to play and it was like, oh, and then you gotta do like shift : and or some key, and it was like not present on the Norwegian keyboard. And I was like, so then I had to like switch it to American. I keep saying American, but USA, whatever they call it.
The layout.
The layout, and then of course it doesn't match up, and I had to find it. And I was like,
Got the little stickers on there.
I know. I like what like Dave did. Dave had one, and he was like swapping the keys to get it like mostly right. And then I was like, I'm just bought keycaps, and now it's great. I love it. Yeah. So like,
Yeah, it's weird. I wonder if the CPLD issue's hanging us up then.
I bought.
I don't know. According
that
to
test
Francisco,
cartridge
no, it's not.
to test.
So.
That was
Okay.
when I was like, I had like 4 Commodore disk drives, and I was trying to get them all aligned.
Yeah, it didn't seem like there's anything
and you were helping me and
super detailed on here about.
Another thing
was helping me.
that you can do.
And then I got it
There's a
aligned.
couple of people that
and I
have the
sold
image
it
already
because I was like,
for the SD card.
but I bought like
You
this
just have to
cartridge this guy
download it
makes
and burn it.
that you can plug it in
Done.
to your
Instead of
Commodore.
doing it yourself.
And then
Yeah.
we'll do like
Yeah.
it's got all the stuff in it, so you just turn on you play the drive,
Because
turn it
you're
on,
hitting
it'll
couple of the
do all of the
issues that I
stuff
have
for
when
like
I
testing and
started.
everything.
No, no.
I just don't remember. The major issue first for me was the OS.
I bought the CPU.
By OS version.
So you're not
Are you looking
using
at
a
what you
Pi,
bought?
Raspberry Pi version then,
I
right?
mean,
It have to be a specific version of the Pi OS.
That
Before
actually
you-
it's easy to find this
you start doing everything else.
Right.
I bought from. Yes, I paid $3.
And by specific, do you mean specific build or just specific, like this is the 32-bit light version?
No,
He's in the
it's
US,
a
right?
specific
No.
build version.
There's John Hardy.
So they
which is
have the Pi,
national-
the Pi, I think that they
then
have
there's John
names
Hurdle.
to each version. So it had to be one specific. Because if you're in the too new, it's not gonna work.
Like an older version?
And then I bought
Yeah, it's
this
an
is
older
the-
version that
Then
I
I bought this
Oh,
one.
my.
That they
And
have
I guess
the
I could have
name
brought some of
there
this extra stuff, but I
they're
don't know
all
if
just
anybody here
listed
buys.
by.
Just by dates,
Software.
looks like
I
basically.
don't remember.
Yeah.
But it came with like I bought this lot.
If I get home and I found that
And it was a
the
bunch
one
of
that
stuff.
downloaded,
I bought it
for
I love to collect these SSIs.
Yeah.
Accelerator board,
Like
somewhat
Strategic Simulations Incorporated, those games, I collect them.
40, 60.
And I bought it for a couple of things, but it came with this DigiView software.
Does anybody in
Final Copy too. It came with
the
all that
video
stuff. And I was
have any
like,
input? No.
actually want
No,
that,
not really.
that, And that. And then like, so I'm like, I need to sell all this stuff.
You know the funny part? I used
I
to
don't
have
think
the
anybody
same
here
CD-ROM.
Oh my God.
Go.
Oh, yeah.
We have a guy.
With that poofy front
The
there,
caddy,
huh?
that's right, yeah.
Oh, the caddy thing too. Nice.
Oh, he sells software too?
Remember buying the same thing.
He's a guy from,
I tried to use it last time and it wasn't really working very well. So
he was here at the last
might
meeting.
have died.
Yeah, I missed the last meeting, but I came to the one before that and stuff. But
Any progress?
No, not really.
what are y'all working on? I didn't want to interrupt y'all.
No, that's fine. PyStorm, trying to get it. I've got it to boot and it says it's running, but I can't get any video output on it. So. Not sure what's, I got it working at one time, like a month and a half ago, but then I was gone for, and then I tried to do, like, have it auto boot, and I did something to it and it wasn't working, then I was gone for a month, and I just started all over again. So I know it was working at one time, I got it to work.
Does that have 2 video outputs?
What's that?
Does it have 2 video outputs?
Well, it's got a video output on the card.
I mean, yeah, from the card.
No, there's only one, this card. It's a 3A plus, so there's only one output. I mean, this output is okay, that's working fine. It's the output on the Amiga that is not, I'm not getting any output from.
Right. Remember we had that problem with the Raspberry Pi where there was 2 outputs, and when we tried to boot it up for the Amiga and stuff,
Right.
one would work, the other one wouldn't.
Well, this, yeah, the 3A plus just has one output.
So when the PyStorm is working, the output is on from the PyStorm, that's right? If he switch, because the software is old and doesn't take the driver of the EGA, it's gonna go through the RGB to HDMI. So most of the time,
But could it be coming out the composite or one of the other ones?
It could, but
it
yeah.
could.
But we don't
Yeah.
have enough monitors.
But we don't
I
have.
don't have a monitor. I've got one at home, but I just don't have one.
So
Didn't bring one with. I tried that. I thought about
when
that.
you're booting all this stuff, you need to have all. When you set it on, you need to have almost all
Oh,
the
yeah,
outputs out.
Oh, I had 3. Yeah, I had 3
Composite
different
video here.
outputs.
Check it out. You know,
Oh,
and
there's a composite video on that TV.
odds are there's cables around here
I
in
don't
this
have
building
that
somewhere
cable.
too.
Yeah, you just take one really long RCA.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
there's
you
wheels
said-
on that thing. We can move it closer, yeah, but we
Yeah.
don't have the cables.
Yeah.
There used to be freebie stuff all the time. I can check the
We could, yeah, go check
digital
that.
media lab or something. If somebody wants to hold the stream
I mean, you only need one, right?
already.
What is that little, like, controller that it's
It's
attached
the
to?
DJI
Gimbal.
gimbal. It just keeps it
It keeps it,
from not
keeps
shaking
the
around.
camera steady.
Yeah, just
Gyro.
go
look at it.
fancy.
Yeah, it's moving. That's cool.
See, no matter how much he moves the handle, the camera stays.
It reminds me of the old fishing controller that used to come for like the Sega Dreamcast.
That was,
Sega Bass Fish.
Yeah.
that was created for, in the movie industry, because it could have carry the cameras around.
Yeah, I've
and
seen
you
the
wouldn't
big
be
ones.
getting
Yeah.
seasick because the moving is wobbling, because it'll be steady as can be.
So what is that running on your computer? Is that 1944? Yeah, I knew it was 1942,
Yeah, that's,
Oh man, they
I have 42 too.
but, yeah.
The 44, I think that was in Europe.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
they've made.
So that what is running right now is the Mister.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But it's emulating the Amiga?
It can emulate.
Right, now it can emulate different things, right? Yeah.
So, for example,
My buddy Alan, he gets all technical. He's like, well, technically it's not emulating because it's an FPGA. It's actually doing it. And I'm like, whatever, man. You know what I meant.
well, it's really you're emulating the hardware itself.
Perfectly though.
Yeah, completely perfectly.
Yeah.
So, for example, if I go to consoles here, console here. Let's see, did I click in the wrong? Yeah. This is all the stuff that I can run.
I think it's 21 people watching, so 21 people got it.
So, for example, what is this?
Well, you could do an Amiga
Maybe a
too.
reminder
Yeah.
for people, and then
is one huge advantage of that just blows your mind if you know it. It's the fact that there's no latency.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
I think some people want to play the original games like in Win because the latency is there, so it slows the game down, so you actually win.
I try to.
I have one.
For example, you remember the Vertex? That's right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ray trace. Yeah.
That's how that works now. You know.
curious what computer cores it has on there.
That's there you go.
I know Amiga,
You have the Vertex,
Atari,
Mm-hmm.
and you can load.
Well, I found a long one.
So it's not terribly long, but there's longer ones
That'd
back
be just
there.
right.
So assuming we can move the TV.
Yeah.
We can move it, and then here, I'll move, whose drink is this? We'll move it over here. No, I was gonna move this table, but we can just.
Yeah.
Yeah, furniture is flexible.
You ever had a PowerPC accelerator in any of your Amigas? Ever get into that?
PowerPC?
Or anything?
We need to
Yeah,
go.
the last accelerator I bought.
I'm not sure.
We need to go further this
Yeah,
way because it's on that side over
Yeah.
there.
Curious what kind of experience that is.
At first, it was, wasn't too much for the PowerPC to do.
That should be plenty.
As
Plenty enough room.
Cool.
I hope this works.
it got longer,
Wouldn't that be
people
cool?
started writing.
What else you got in here, Frank?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty soon I
Uh,
found myself.
Just stuff.
Everything to it.
Hey, Rico.
61 to
Well, I don't know if it's a good controller, but it's built like a tank.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, console.
Oh, you're a patron or something because you've got the thing to do, or you've hacked it to where you can do the background.
The background will change constantly.
We got
So,
it,
for example,
full of PGP.
let's see,
How big of a card do you have in there?
512, and I have a lot. For example, NES, I almost have all on Neo Geo. Let's see, but I don't know if I downloaded it.
Bring a 512 card and get like a hard drive and get a copy of your image.
I'm gonna put. I have a 1 gigabyte full image that I still have to finalize.
How can you share it?
Like
what can we
I can bring it, but you need a 1 gigabyte hard drive.
I'll buy a 1 gigabyte hard drive.
Let's see if did I have any runs. Oh, look at that! Yeah, I have a couple. So let's see. Let's run that one. This is the Neo Geo.
Yeah, I have a few Neo Geo games like Cadillacs and Dinosaurs and things like that. But
Oh, this is for me. It's Oh, look at that! We're running Neo Geo in a little mixer box.
Yep.
Video playback and B3 decoding, things like that.
Well, those guys began writing the software for it. I found myself switching more and more to, because it was just, I thought the 68060 was fast, but
It's still on HD.
certainly wasn't.
Yeah. They're trying to figure out how to select the right source.
There you go. Now move it to it.
You got AV.
Go up.
There you go. That one.
So wouldn't that be something if it just pops up?
There's
There you go. You got something.
It's maybe that means it's syncing with a signal.
Blank, because
Getting a signal.
Maybe it's a sleep.
Yeah.
No, doesn't have CPU.
Yeah.
Let me try again here.
See what it shows you.
Sounds like it's still not emulating. So that's the only thing about the Pi. That's right. You're running a computer inside a computer.
Yeah.
So the Pi had to boot up right before it sent the signal that emulate the 6800. So sounds like the Pi is still not sending the right
I
info.
tried it on a PowerBook G4 too.
Darn.
I liked it as
Yeah, it's sort of interesting.
I started
So
thinking about what
with the 68K chips that you're using on the inside, kind of what is the value out of the Pi store?
That PowerBook G4 is
That you can emulate any processor. That's really what we're doing. Is using the Python to emulate a faster 6800.
Okay.
So
But then you're still having the ability to interface with the other cards in your system, right?
that's right.
Okay.
Yes,
So it's really like a fancy CPU upgrade.
that's right.
Mhm.
That's the
Without
idea.
having to go chase after a
You
CPU or
can
something.
also you can use a video output, memory.
Memory.
You can also
You can use the NIC card,
Uh-huh.
the NIC card,
What card?
the network card.
Oh, network card.
Oh my gosh.
So it'll run on top of.
Man, so does this make like the vampire obsolete then, or what?
It depends. That's right, because yeah. So
It's kind of neat because then you can.
it have each one of them have its quirks. That's right. This is a more open project than the vampire. So so far, each one of them have its
Programs.
good and bad. So I have a vampire in my 1200, and it works. It has its quirks, but it works great. I have a Turbo Fire in the 500, and in the 600, another one, regular accelerator. So I can have my little quirks in the 2000 and 1200, and I can experiment with it.
Exactly. Yeah, you got enough
We got
systems
one
to where
guy
you
working
can
on a web
play around.
browser,
Yeah.
a computer system himself, and he's already advanced it from primitive to really usable now. It's version 7.
We have the money to pay for. The problem is how difficult it's getting the ships. So
Because MorphOS started quite a long time ago.
Yeah.
As a
Is this
Amiga,
alternative to Kickstart? Or
No.
not Kickstart, Amiga OS?
Yes, but on
Essentially.
PowerPC hardware. So custom PowerPC boards or like
They had their
G4
own,
and G5
there was a
Max.
French
Matter of
company making
fact,
a
I've got
motherboard.
a Mac Mini from your inspiration. That when you brought in your G4 to try to run MorphOS, and I said I was going to try to run MorphOS, but I put this on some Discord, and the Discord people were like, forget about MorphOS. You should use, I forget what the name of it was, but something that was more open source because Morph costs money. And these are like a bunch of 20-year-olds out there. They're trying to save money and doing their
I think
thing.
it was like was it a $100 license? Is that it?
Something
I
like
think
75
I
or
like
100.
I think I paid $76.
That's cool. This is, you have an Amiga with a PowerPC board in it?
I'm using an Apple.
This would
PowerBook
this would be
G4.
on
Yeah, it's an Apple computer.
Oh, okay,
that
okay.
runs
And
Linux.
the Mini. I also have the Mini.
That's
And
cool.
I've got a couple of G5s I've been playing with. When you get into those, it's like you stuck way up in the world. Everything happens almost instantly when you whatever you're doing.
Well,
But
you might cross over to Intel land then too.
yeah, well, they were working on it. They were telling everybody. They even had a demo at one computer show showing. But I think they dropped the idea or something, and it got put back in the back burner. But they're still They're just working on the Apple. Everybody says if they ever get it for the Raspberry Pi,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll have something.
Yeah, we don't
Have
need
it- have it
a
run
PC
on
architecture.
Everybody will be running it too.
That's cool.
Operating system made for that, because those guys did a great job of optimizing it. It just flies through things. I'm running the old Amiga programs, and it's like it's brand new. It just snaps up on the screen instantly, and everything you want to do just zips right through it. So
It's gonna make software development a lot faster, I'm sure.
Well, Vampire had their little machine. That's right. That is full an Amiga emulator. It run pretty good. What that's there. If you had the money to spend on it.
right.
Oh yeah, it was AROS is what they recommended.
Yeah.
Arrows.
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 Oh,
But you have to pay for that one, if I
Even
remember.
still.
I think that you still can get it.
That one's free, because there's different distros for that, like.
Arrows is not the one that is sold by AmigaNet?
They, for the Apollo OS, it's their own.
Oh,
it's
the
their own
Apollo is,
version
yeah,
of
that's right.
OS.
Arrows is the Apollo. That's right. It's the Vampire. Yeah, that's free.
Whatever they call that.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
The appeal for running on the Apple stuff is everything there in the Apple. Like you don't go looking for this or that.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's all.
It turns it
all ready to
on.
go.
There for a while, I didn't even think the wireless was working, and then all of a sudden I realized, oh, I've been doing it wrong.
Yeah, well,
it
that's
does
something
work.
I feel like we spent the whole meeting trying to figure out the key
Yeah.
in this one.
Yeah. I've never messed with it before, and I kind of, oh, maybe it doesn't work. Then I was at home, and I said, oh, you have to turn it on.
Oh no. This is switch somewhere else.
There's always that button that says turn wireless on.
Yeah, there's a little blue, there's a little button there. You click and it turns blue. It's like, oh,
Silly.
ooh.
Yeah, I didn't use the G4s that much either. So.
'Cause, yeah, I always use wired when I'm home.
I have a quad G5. I was, want that link one, the water cooled one. I don't know what to do with it. Maybe I'll put more OS on.
I bought
it.
a
You can
water
sell it to
cooled
Brandon.
one.
I should probably just sell
He'll
it.
just buy anything, you know.
I bought a water
I
cooled
don't
one
know
when the
if I don't know if I
CPU
feel great just selling all my stuff. But
I remember buying one of those U5, and that was before they went water cool.
yeah.
And it had the bulk of the fans.
Mm-hmm.
So I would sit down one day and how many fans that thing have? Like 7?
six, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
remember. All the fan went in high mode.
Oh no.
So you can hear the damn thing. I think that you park the car outside, you can hear the damn machine. And I remember Apple saying, no, we don't have an issue with them. Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
They sent me a new one.
Yeah, so the Amiga 4000, that's on eBay right now.
Or
It's a-
Goodwill auctions, right?
I'm sorry, yeah, Shop Goodwill. It's a 4000 030. No hard drive, so don't even know if it works. It's pretty
They
dirty.
didn't make many of those.
Did they take a picture of the inside?
They did, and I posted it to because it's
4000, they switched to IE, didn't they?
trying to
Yes.
scroll here. So yeah, this is
Wanna
the
hold together,
picture.
you want me
Yeah,
to?
yeah.
You still want to spend
Oh,
it here?
it's all yours, man.
Already.
I didn't want to say here.
Okay. Well, some people do. If it's Chris, he'll be like, take this.
Like this was this is as close as, oh man, this stupid app or their website. I posted it on Discord, so
Show Goodwill.
You zoomed in as I was mentioning earlier.
Is this the
Like
DFW
cloud
Discord or a
of-
different Discord?
Over where the battery.
No,
is.
that's in.
no, this is
Goodwill.
just
Cloud of
yeah.
mystery.
So the one that yeah, here it is. That was I zoomed in on their picture where there's the battery and
You can
all
see
of
the
this
damage, yeah.
damage, and so
Frank will fix that for you.
yeah, that's what I was, and I was like,
There's
my buddy-
Maybe a possibility. The question is any of these are custom ICs? The pins are damaged. Is gone.
right, and so that was the whole thing was like.
These look like logic chips. These
Only
look
the-
like memory.
only the big
4000
square
chips
chips
are
are
behind.
Yeah, these are custom chips right there.
He's pointing to this one right here.
Are they by the battery on that one?
This one right here. Well, all of this area.
No, the little
That has to be a CPLD.
there's code for all those, I think.
That they have code already out there that you can reprogram.
But look, you can even see like all the way over to here. You can't see it in the picture, but like over here there was a bunch of rust also. But that's probably
Well,
okay.
that's maybe the case, that's right?
Yeah, maybe. But like I didn't get it on this picture.
It's funny when you're not so worried about rust.
But like if you know,
So-
if you could secure this auction for like, say you could get it for $750, then how much would I have to pay? Well,
Yeah, how much do you charge to do a board swap?
or to repair this?
To repair it, and $35 an hour.
Yeah, but how many hours is it going to take you?
It's gonna depend. Go from 1 month to the next, I'll tell you.
If he's all like, it's going to take me 48 hours, it's like,
So there was a guy one time that brought me a Mac SE30. He had it in his attic. And, you know, when I opened that thing up, the electrolytes, let's say like this, it looks like I have pimples everywhere. So I start working, I said, okay, I can give it a try, that's right. There were traces that I had to run. After a couple of hours, I called the guy and said, hey man, I can keep going, try to get it working, but it's gonna cost you more than just buy one from eBay.
yeah, send this one to the gold recycler.
Yeah, so it all depends.
Yeah, and that's just it. You can't see enough. Clearly, because the auction,
And the other problem is that you don't know if it's booting, that's right.
because there's no hard drive. Yeah.
At least the
screen.
screen, at least they send you the boot
Should, but they didn't show that, so we don't know. And there's no cable. We have no idea anything about it. But it's already up
Does it show
to.
the accelerator?
Well, this is
No,
here's the
that's under
eBay
the-
or the Shop Goodwill site. So these are the pictures that it's got.
Sounds pretty
Back in the
risky.
case.
Most of the time when you see stuff like that, it's just
Let it go.
not let it go. You have to sweep it on. Do you have the money to throw or not?
No, I mean like
You got to evaluate
Yeah, you
carefully
have to
what
it
the
does have
cost of repair is
some
going to
sort
be.
of upgraded memory on it.
Well,
No, that is just the memory.
That's the memory it just comes with. Those 3 DIMMs are sent.
There's what, 4 slots on there, or 5
don't
slots?
remember.
Anyway, one of them,
5 slots with 3
yeah, 5
of them.
slots, yeah, so 4
Yeah.
of them are the 4 meg DIM slots, and
Okay.
the 5th one is chip man, so it's got a different DIM.
Big chip.
I don't
Chip
remember.
RAM.
I never
I'm
looked
telling
into
you,
the
that's how it is.
that
One
may
of
be
the
true.
5th one is.
But I don't see-
I'm wondering, yeah, it should show the label.
You can still only get 2 mega chip RAM.
Does it say
So you have to have
It does say 30. So it's not even the fast 4000.
Yes, but at least on those, it's just simply a swap out card.
If I sold an Apple card, I'll probably.
I'm not going to put a bid in on this. I just, because again, like, I don't have to skip. If it was
Yeah,
something
it just- Resetting some stuff back.
like I could do,
Yeah.
oh, $100, yeah.
Yeah, I saw Bullseye come up, so we know that's right.
I'd be like, yes. I wouldn't even ask any questions. I would just take it and just.
Now, is there a specific boot order of the system versus the Pipestorm, or does it really
Well, it's
matter?
up, it's
I
up to
don't know, I
600
don't think so.
already.
It could be, but
I mean, I guess it's probably getting power off of the bus anyway, so.
Yeah.
But if it was like.
Or no, it's getting power off of the-
It would be
it's accelerator slot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's none of these going in
No,
there.
it's not powered.
It's like.
He has his powered separate. He's got his with a floppy drive.
Right.
There's also.
That type of
connector
wall
on there,
connector.
right? But I don't.
And then most of the time,
So-
if you find one like that, keyboard online, it's gonna cost you about $300-400.
Try
Yeah.
it. Fresh reboot. See what
Yeah.
happens.
Mhm.
Again, I'm fine with my 1200 because my 1200 has a, you know, the LC 060, you know.
I like it. It's nice. It's not messy.
I just kind of like the idea. So
Or something where, you know,
the whole thing is like, I like the idea of this because like,
Miami has a.
you know, if I wanted to put like a Pipestorm in it or
So interesting because-
I mean, because technically my Amiga 1200 has a compact flash and an SD card in it, so it has a hard drive,
I guess-
But like,
This thing doesn't really do anything because there's the bootloader doesn't really do anything until this thing tells it to. It's not like it's running off its own ROMs or
It
anything.
should. It should
okay,
boot
so
up.
I'm not the only
That's
one.
what that one script does. It's supposed to boot up all on its own.
Right.
This one text file is in its media, it doesn't look just this way.
Right.
Where is it?
But because this thing is basically the
The
CPU,
CPU, right?
Mhm.
I got Miami
Yeah.
working.
then It's basically, I guess, you imagine it's holding itself in reset
He
until
has
you tell it to
Road
go.
Show on his 1200. I have
Yeah.
Miami on mine.
I have both, Roadshow and
So you have
both
to
the
pay
other.
for it. I like it.
I like, and I paid for the other one from Amiga Kit. I don't remember I paid for both and both.
The old Pi
Once you
Storm.
put that, the Wi-Fi, you have
Yeah.
some kind of Wi-Fi.
Like I went through to get like the AGS2 game launcher. They have a nice front end. I think these guys, it's for the Mystic, but I put it on my Amiga. And I went through like all of that
some sort of
work to
GUI
get it,
that
and
you
then I
can
got it working,
change,
and then I went
adjust
back to do it again.
things,
Sometimes I
but,
couldn't remember.
Mhm.
It was like editing like.
How long does it
finding
take typically to
fonts,
get something
missing
on
fonts,
screen?
Installing them and doing all this.
How
and I
long
got
does
all
it
that
take?
working.
Yeah, how long does
Then
it
I had
typically
to
take?
redo my drive.
I would imagine it should boot up
I
fairly
don't like
quickly.
it.
Okay.
I like having to explore through folders and remember.
Right.
everything.
You think we need to swap to HDMI now that you rebooted the system?
It's the best experience.
I'll share
What's that?
You think we tried HDMI now that we've rebooted the Amiga?
We could.
You can download for your PC. You put all the OS in folder, all the MMUs and stuff like that. Not for the Mister, this is for the Amiga.
Okay.
So you have everything that you want to do.
Please,
and
please.
you just download a free image, not image, a blank image size, like 32 gigs or stuff like that.
Oh, is this and you run it through WinUAE?
Through Windows. It does, I don't need to
Send
go
me the
to-
link.
Yeah.
Send me the link.
And that's what I do. And you have
make
a
your
script
sheet.
to updates and everything, and you just select the stuff that you want, and it will build the image, and you just burn it to your SD card, and you're set.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think I have something similar. I don't remember the name. I don't have my normal bookmarks on my phone. There's,
Hold on, I might
Bummer.
have it here.
Then I'll recognize the website. It's like HD installer or something.
Something like that.
That I do have. I haven't been there in a while.
Oh my God,
It's super good.
he has updated. Let me see if I have battery.
5 minutes later, I'll have it.
That's a nice
It's not
laptop.
instantaneous.
Did you see Amy, did you see Amy Kitt's Amiga 600? You see Amy
When I
Kitt's
do that, I
Amiga
get
600?
overwhelmed. It was like, oh, there's too much.
It's called the 600G and the 600GX,
As long as the things I'm looking for on it.
little boxes.
The little boxes.
So the 600. What was the difference between the 500 and the 600?
Well, we were talking about, don't do their keypad, and they went to a square 68,000.
So the 600 was smaller than the 500?
Yeah, no keypad on the side.
I bring one the next time.
Okay. For some reason I thought, oh, maybe I'm thinking of the 1000. The 1000's bigger than the 500.
Well,
A
the
smidge,
The
maybe.
1000 is the
It's a
first
desktop.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, how many are in that Pi Wedge form
5, 6,
factor?
and 12.
That's it.
1200?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm not one I'm thinking of there. Okay.
Yeah, the 500 has 500 plus the 600 and the 1200.
What? And then so the 4000 has the OCS,
The
No.
4,000
It's
is
AGA.
AGA. The 3000's
ECS.
ECS, not OCS. What am I saying? Okay.
And you can switch it to OCS.
Yeah.
You
ECS,
need the
OCS,
chips though
same
for that,
thing.
right? You can't do.
No, think of it as a tier from OCS, ECS, and AGA, where each one is compatible with one before.
STWB.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's
I haven't
the
been.
one.
I have his what? His.
This is the old version I have in my other computer at home.
computer.
But he's updated it to support 3.2.2.
OCS.
So you can put all the files, the different OS versions and everything, all your
There was like some
kernel
old
ROMs.
software that
If you
looked
download
terrible
all the
on
games
the
and
3000,
everything, you put it
switch
in
over
a
to
specific
that.
directory.
Yeah.
And you just select what you want to install and it will build the image for you.
And then you just burn it.
And I
To
think
you
it's
burn
software
it.
programming.
Yeah, because I remember like,
Calling
so
something
with that
different.
1260, because I don't have the PROM burned onto my, the enhanced IDE, so I boot off the compact flash,
I'm still
and then I
using those,
run everything off of
1.4 ROMs
the-
too that you
the
bought for me.
terrible fire.
fire.
Yeah, because that's where the SD card is, and I remember getting that. That's why I had to redo everything.
Yeah,
And I was
I've
like,
never done that.
one of the auctions.
Put the driver inside the ROM.
Correct.
That's
somebody
kind of
here, like
amazing.
somebody here offered.
I can burn the ROM. We can figure out next time if you want
Yeah.
to.
I don't have any blank chips or anything, so and you would need. So you'd have to put on there the 3.22 and the enhanced IDE. And then I think there's one more that has to go on there also for it to work. And then you can boot right off of the Terrible Fire. And then it's like 10 times faster. So much faster. Yeah.
I can tell the difference when I'm using
Setting it up. When you're going to install
the Vampire compared to the ID.
Yes.
There's a difference.
How do you get the, so if we wanted to do that, if we wanted to burn, we'd have to buy, because the chips, I don't know, I don't even know how many pins, but I know the chips are like this big and there's two of them. There's the upper and the lower.
Yeah.
How would you get, I guess, blanks to burn? How would you get those?
You can erase the one that you have that I would not recommend.
I don't want to do
Go to AliExpress, order a new one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll hit you up for a link for that.
Okay, let's say there are no new ones. You follow me? You can check Jamaica Electronics.
Jameco, yeah.
They sell
Electronic parts outlet. I just found some obscure 74 logic from over there.
You order it.
You need the 4 megabit one. The 4 megabit ones, unfortunately, are probably the least available.
Still, I was able to get it from China, so.
I bought 8 megabit and we need some for him, and so you have to hang the two.
So you know you have your OS.
That's right.
And then you have to solder a wire for.
So my Terrible Fire has enhanced ID.
They're easier to get, a little cheaper.
But in order for that,
But you can still get them. You just have to look at it.
so I had to jump.
I was telling them that they
Yeah.
can go to this website,
Yeah.
STWB,
Oh yeah.
and they can download the software to build
Because it's enhanced ID.
your SD or CF images for all the Amigas.
Nice.
It's a script software, and you just follow the entries and it will build it, and you just have to burn the image into your SD card.
That's super easy.
So I have
Or burn it to your SCSI drive if you're a masochist and still like to use
You
the
still
resting.
have a SCSI.
Yeah.
You can still get a SCSI drive.
Oh, I hoarded all of them.
two ROMs with the enhanced ID driver on it. And I think you need a second.
The thing I'll have to figure out though is how to use the wider SCSIs like the 68s inside of the Amiga when the Amiga's got 50 pin headers.
So
I
the
bet
Terrible
there
Fire
should
doesn't
be some kind of converter.
Oh yeah, I've got converters, but I think there might be something with the protocol too that changes, I thought.
So for example, I used a converter in my SGI's machine. So
Yeah.
far I didn't have to do anything.
Okay.
So
So far so good.
so far so good.
Okay, cool.
But,
Yeah, because I mean, the 50s only go up to like maybe 4 gigabytes or something. Usually can't find higher than that. But with the 68s, you can go like pretty nice numbers.
now, do you still want that, or using pseudo SCSI or something else and more modern now?
Yeah, I mean,
So Frank
That's
was
the
saying,
problem.
like, if I can get the chips,
I could just go with the SD card and be done with it.
we can try.
Because it's hard to get those SCSI hard drive.
Well, I got a bunch of them.
You had them? Well, for you.
Yeah. I've made it a point over the years to just pick up hard
That's
drives.
right. I need to get floppy.
Oh, you need a...
So I can buy
Like a
the
5
chips.
and a quarter.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you okay with a cleaning project?
Why? How bad it is?
Yeah, I mean, it runs the gamut. I've got some that I pulled out of barns, but you could have one if you think you can clean it up.
Bring it up next time.
Yeah, I've got like a whole friggin' bin. And then,
Because it's getting harder and harder to find.
no kidding, yeah. Everybody's scarfing this stuff up, I guess.
It's like when I see 3.5
Yeah.
floppy drives,
You grab them too.
I'll check them if they work or not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 'cause it's a crapshoot these
or
days.
Save it for parts. You never know.
Because I got a bunch that just don't work. In 3 1/4 land. I have a feeling a 5 1/2 would be easier to fix. Or 3 1/2 are the ones that I got broken. 5 1/4 rather.
Yeah.
Might be tricky. Yeah. You looking for half height, I guess? Not full height, right? Don't care.
This thing has been kicking my ass.
IDs. No MFM or anything like that.
Yeah. Oh, I like MFMs too, don't get me wrong.
Well, no, that was before my time. They take too much space.
Yeah.
You need a special card. No, thank you.
Oh my gosh, dude, I've got a whole shoebox of those cards.
Okay, you're putting away too much stuff. It sounds like it.
Yeah, I mean, the goal was to make like a couple of usable configurations, I suppose. And then just let the rest of it go. But you know, you just grab the stuff and it's like, oh, okay, I need this and now I need that and now I need that. And then you forget the time to actually put it
Put it
together.
together. I know the feeling. So.
Because yeah, it's funny because I've resorted to asking ChatGPT which ones these actually work the best.
He's getting desperate.
Yep. Oh no.
And that will do both the high and the low, do the same with
Okay.
the high.
If you want, just I will suggest you, when you get home, download Coughing OS. Coughing OS for caffeine.
Yeah, okay, what you had.
What you have for your machine, and just put it in and see if it boots.
Okay.
It's not gonna be the PyStorm emulator. It's gonna be the EMU64. Oh, that's another thing that you can try. The EMU64.
The what,
EM64.
I think you'd be like.
Oh, 68. Sorry.
Yeah,
EM68.
M68?
I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Commodore.
Yeah.
Put in the socket just fine.
All right, that would be an
Alright,
interesting
cool.
project. Because like again, like because
Alright,
then 'cause that's the whole
EM68.
reason why I haven't
68.
redone my image is because I
And that's
remember what a
the
pain it
caffeine
was to
version
get
of
everything
EM?
set up, like
Okay.
booting off of this, getting everything
That way
on
you can
that,
put it
and
and
so that
just
it would
download
boot
it,
and then
burn
run
it,
everything off of
put it
that. I
in
remember
and
that just
see.
being like
Let it boot.
a headache for my technical level.
Alright.
So how you doing? You're doing a,
No, I'm not
a
sure.
Amiga compact
Probably-
flash
Is this yours?
for
yes,
just for
that's
a
fine.
boot disk,
Um,
and then you're using the
Like one of these things.
And
like
it loads
that.
when
it's
Had it working for a bit, I was gone for a month.
and then
I
the
tried to
terrible
have it
fire
auto boot.
is then accessing.
screwed something
What
up,
do you
I
have
was
on
gone
there?
for a month.
Another.
SD card. I have another. I have
Disk
a.
on module or something.
I have IDE and
Tomorrow
SD.
I'm going down to
Okay.
Houston for 2
So
weeks.
you have to
So I'm not
have
gonna-
two
I
different cards.
I don't have time tonight to, I've gotta get ready to go on the trip.
So this is just me saving you from having to do that.
Well, it just makes it easier to read the image.
That's
Then
why
you
it's
just
still
make
a
one image.
Then there's Christmas.
And then not only that, that
Yeah,
image
it's
could just
Probably
be
not have
off
up to
of
the new year.
the
I'm
terrible
full of it
fire.
again.
So I'm not even you because that IDE port also on
I think we're
my
gonna wrap it up
1200
from here on the stream.
Yeah, sounds
super
like it.
bugger to like
Yep.
get things
It's
off
It's getting to
of
be
it.
about that time, guys. So
Not-
until next month, we'll see you around, I
Better
guess.
is the, terrible
Take
fire.
care. Bye, y'all.
It's. I'm not kidding when I say it's like